Make up your mind. What? No. It's a black screen. Oh. What? It's a disgusting sight. Oh, crap. I just avoided that thing. Like a pro. Like a pro. Crap! I'm gonna try and get rid of Shinji here. Yeah, multi-kill. Eat that. Eat that, yo.
Yeah, we'd like catch, like as kids, we'd catch them and like keep them in like a little fish tank with dirt in and feed them bugs and stuff. Do you not do that over there?
No. Go back to the shadow. No, you will not take me. Oh, are you kidding me? I got out of the way. I totally got out of the way. Wait a minute, I did not create a character in Tonberry. I created a character in Kujata. What the? How did that happen? What the hell? Why is there a merchant right in the middle of this fight? Eat that.
Point blank. Revenge.
Oh, revenge. So this already. What's this? Oh. Shit, that wasn't even 30 seconds. That was like 10. Hey. I got an achievement. Total kill 1. Where was this from? Let's finish him off. Come on, come on, come on. Finish him off. Finish him off. Gotcha. Now what? What am I looking for? I'm looking for... What the heck was that? Rubber banding at its best. This is probably gonna go into like the highlight reel. Greetings ladies and gentlemen, Adrian here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Rift Prime leveling stream number 5. Getting very close to the end here. I just hit level 48 this morning. And you know what? Today has been a day of double streams. I woke up at about 5:30 in the morning because I couldn't sleep all night, and I decided to go stream on Twitch, do a bit of Rift Prime PvP, and it was the first time in a very long time that I streamed early morning to say hi to all of you folks in the West. So I could do that in the future too, you know, make more Western tours to say hi to all of you that do live in the West, and have mentioned to me a few times that the time zone that I stream in is not ideal if you guys want to watch it live, so I'll try and do that more often. But yeah, 2 Rift streams in a day. This morning, after the bunch of PvP and a couple of dungeons, my guild kind of took me on a couple of level 48 dungeon runs and got me that 500,000 or 600,000 XP that I needed to hit level 48 from level 47. So that's where I'm at the start of this stream tonight, 9 PM Sunday from Kuala Lumpur. I am level 48. In itself, it feels like a huge achievement because it's taken so long to get here, and I'm still not done, because you know the gearing and everything is going to start happening once I hit level 50. When it comes to Rift Prime, again, there will be comparisons with the main live version of Rift, the free-to-play version, where you know gear can be bought directly from the store and a whole bunch of other places. On Prime, gearing up is going to be so different. You're going to get it mostly from vendors and stuff, and I guess I'll talk about that later. But at 49, you know, I'm just browsing like the auction house to see what upgrades I can do or I can buy to help me with my landscape questing, which I'm happily able to continue now that I'm 48, because both the zones that I was questing in, Shimmer Sand and Still More, the quest kind of just dropped off at like 47 because, or 46, because I was not 48 and I couldn't continue the main story or whatever. But now that I am, I can go do that as well. Real quick, I want to say hi to everybody in chat right now. We got Faramir, and he asked earlier, are you ready to fight some dinosaurs and face huggers? Yes. Like I said, Sunday night, I'm ready for anything. Sunday night streams are my review streams as compared to like the more casual, relaxed streams that I do on Twitch. So I'm up for anything, and everything that I say in terms of opinion and you know, review material, you call that, is all official on Sunday nights. That's how it is. We got Nick Squire as well. Hello, Nick. Yeah, Nick, dude, Friday night we jumped into Elder Scrolls Online to do some PvP. I imported that video from Twitch to YouTube, and you know, did a couple of battlegrounds and some Alliance War, which is really fun. So hey, Nick, thanks for Friday night. That was absolutely hell of a blast. And I'm looking forward to jumping back into ESO for more PvP. Okay, so auction house, pretty Rift Prime's auction house is very you know, basic. It's not at all hard to find things as compared to ESO. That auction house over there in that game is just a mess. So just looking at some of the stuff here, not a lot of people will be buying all these upgrades below level 50 in the auction house because they aren't really good stuff. I mean, you look at the currently equipped section, all these stuff that I'm using, the purples, the blue gear, most of them has dropped from my, you know, dungeon running, all those spamming of dungeons trying to get experience points to get to level 50. They do drop a lot of good loot that is way better than, you know, quest rewards, for example, and some of the stuff that people maybe craft and put up in the auction house. But the price has been pretty decent as well. If you're gonna buy it, people have been reasonable somewhat with how they price their crafted goods. Let me just check if I can upgrade my weapon here, because I did buy a really good level 47 staff that is per. Oh, there we go. Ah, okay. This is 44 plat. Come on. 45 plat. Okay. So the base, let's just go for the blue staff. I use staffs as a cleric for both DPS and healing. So this one, not exactly an upgrade to the 47 purple that I have, right? And that's going for 3 plat, fair enough. This one, 44 plat, holy shit. As in terms of upgrade, gives me more wisdom, more spell power, which is great because spell power is my secondary main stat for, you know, damage and healing. But 44 plat, I mean, currency in Rift is going to be really hard to come by, especially if you're more of a casual leveling type player. Platinum is going to be used for, you know, buying your speed upgrades, and most importantly later on, you know, upping your crafting if you're into making potions or some of the more important professions, like I would say those rune crafting and stuff like that. So I would hold off on buying that. But at level 50 there's more cheaper stuff, but just looking at the stats they have, it's not as good as that 48 purple. So that's kind of gearing in a nutshell. You know, purples, the rarity, it will always, looks like it's going to be better anyway. So I think I'm going to hold off on buying anything with platinum in the auction house. Other places to get gear before I go and find my XP for tonight will be from a bunch of these other vendors here. I'm in Sanctum, which is the HQ for the Guardians. Meridian is for the Defiance, and they'll have their own vendors and stuff. So you got rare planar goods here. I believe this guy gives you essences, and essences, I mean, from week 1, or for those of you that do play Rift, are these little trinkety stuff that you can put into your planar focus, which gives you all these additional stats. Now I'm still using one that's 35, and I'm looking to upgrade this, but again, some guildies have told me just wait till you're level 50. I mean, you're so damn close anyway, so before you spend money on getting like 48 or 49 stuff, thinking that it'll be a significant difference to the questing experience or to the dungeon experience, just hold off on buying anything, wait till level 50 and then go for it. So I think I'm gonna heed their advice and not spend my currency. I've got this add-on here that shows you exactly where I'm at. Let me just drag that down to the middle of the screen here. There we go. So I'm on 105 plat, 32,000 favor. That's just to give you guys an idea of how much PvP I've actually thrown into my leveling experience. More so than all the other MMORPGs that I've, like, you know, leveled along the way. So for, let's say, ESO, maybe 1 week out of that 1 month leveling experience, I had a stream just focusing on PvP. Same with Guild Wars 2. With World of Warcraft, I tried to, diversify that, jump into PvP a lot more. But with Rift, it's always, every day, I'm definitely queuing for PvP. Every day, definitely queuing for PvP, definitely queuing for dungeons, because you will need that experience points. I cannot stress that enough. The Prime server is a progression server, so XP will come at a much slower rate as compared to live. Ooh, look. Kitty, yay. Let me just, let's have a slash wave in there. Okay. Bags are cleared as well. And, oh, as for planarites, I'm at 20,000 planarite, which is... I thought it was like a pretty good achievement, you know, for a casual player to have like racked up like 20k planarite. But I've got a guildie who's like maybe 10 levels lower than me, and he's got 90,000 planarite. I can't put that into context for you guys, but that means that this guy would have sacrificed a lot of dungeon runs and PvP runs just to go and do all those chain map events and close almost every rift and invasion foothold, or you know, those kind of things out in the landscape. He would have done everything he came across to have that amount of planarite in about 3 or 4 weeks of play. I've been playing for 5 weeks now, and I've only closed those rifts and, you know, things that are in my way. If it's not in my way, I will not go out of my leveling path to go and intentionally close things down for the currency. Planarite is also another important currency because you will need that to buy more souls here on the Prime server, in addition to, I don't know, it's currency for a whole bunch of things. So 50,000 is my next one. Here, let me just go to the soul merchant. I think in one of my vlogs I said it was 70,000 for the highest soul. I was wrong. It's actually 50,000 planarite. And I am 30,000 away from getting the Rune Shaper, which is a decent alternative to the Cleric's Defiler Soul, which is the main DPS spec that I'm, you know, usually using for dungeons, which isn't great for AoE, but it's good for single target boss damage, so I've been sticking to that a lot. Rune Shaper, I absolutely do not know how it plays, but the good thing about being in a large oceanic raiding guild is you have resources to, you know, lean on and ask questions, and Rune Shaper apparently is one of the better dungeon souls for clerics to have. So I'm saving my planarite to try and get the soul and just make myself more effective. Alright, Fairmain Chat says, I wanted to ask you about EVE Online. Do you plan in ever giving the game a try? It's on the bucket list, man. Almost every MMORPG out there is on a bucket list, and it all comes down to, in terms of what content or what game I want to cover for my channel, it comes down to a bunch of factors, you know, how relevant it is to, let's say, the viewers or the audience or you guys, you know, in terms of what kind of style of MMORPGs would you like to see, in addition to what else is happening out in the game world. Like, I know, like for me personally, Bless is coming really soon. We're about 1 or 2, 3 weeks away from Bless Online coming out, and because it is a new MMORPG, because it's fresh. I mean, when I say new for North America, new for Europe, and it's also changing some of its like business model, the payment model from its Korean version or whatever, or from the Japan version. So in terms of new MMORPGs for 2018, that is one of the 3 or 4 MMOs that may come out this year. Yeah, it's going to come out. So that's why, you know, when there's games like that coming out that soon, that kind of takes precedence over all the other existing games that may have been around for a while that I need to go and look into. So that's one factor. But yeah, EVE Online, even though, like for me, sci-fi is, or that kind of space sci-fi is not really... how do I word this without offending anybody? Not really my my preferred setting. I would still love to jump in and, you know, get a look. I'm just looking at where I left off my questing here. Looking at my quest log, power supply. How did I lose that? But yeah, it's on a bucket list. Faramir, I will get to it someday. Yeah, this is Shimmer Sand. See, I've got 2 level 48 quests here, which I can now go and pursue, and then in Still More, I have a bunch of 48 quests that I kind of stopped because I needed to hit 48 first. So I'm trying to look for my 2 Shimmer Sand quests. I can't find them on the map. Well, screw it. Let's just go to Shimmer Sand and let's see if it pops up. So anyway, for those of you watching and those of you in chat, what have you been playing this weekend? How have you spent your weekend? What kind of games have grabbed your attention? Let me know. Yeah, that's really odd. Oh, okay, there it is, right at the bottom there. Okay, so I'm gonna go continue my questing for a bit, but as you know, what I have done in all the previous streams is always queue while I'm waiting for Huwalai quest. So, and it is a Sunday, so let's just hope that Prime is pretty active for me to pop. And even if I stay in queue that long, oh, never mind, there's a pop. We got Piled Poil in chat, says Star Wars: The Old Republic. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, Star Wars. Oh, great. I'm in the Guardian side, which is now losing. So that's 3 streams in a row now that when I started and I queued for Warfronts and it's the first thing that popped. This is great. Like, for me, if Rift Prime wasn't so heavily relying on the experience points from all these different types of content, I would probably enjoy PvP more. But, you know, at the moment, maybe when I hit level 40 or something, to me it's not about winning or losing anymore. To me it's just about finishing this and getting the additional 6,000 XP or whatever. Because when you win, you get about 25,000 XP plus 6,000 XP for killing or for completion or whatever, I can't remember. But if you lose a match, you don't get the winning bonus, but you will get 6,000 XP, no questions asked. So on games like this, when I know I've joined like a side that's the match is already underway and you're kind of losing, just roll with it, just practice some rotations, just have some fun and get out and do it all over again. In terms of PvP itself, I've jumped into a lot of Warfront matches here, as I said at the start of the stream. And I've checked the forums, trying to understand how Trine Worlds goes about balancing the PvP aspect of the game. And so far from what I've heard and read, it's not good. It appears that Trine doesn't really give a shit about the PvP player base here on Prime. Never mind the live version. Prime, I don't think it's one of their priorities. Because there's lots of things currently people have been saying, like at level 50 I'm in the level 50 bracket right now. I'm still at the level 40 to 49 bracket, I believe, where matches are still pretty decent, but there's a new meta and that is all about heal stacking, which is something I'm trying to avoid here. But I've been in a group with that guy over there opposite. You can see the healing Ware. He's I've played lots of matches with him where the two of us would just go into heal mode and then just you know, keep the group alive, complete objectives, and then win matches. So heal stacking has become a thing because DPS got a nerf like maybe 3 weeks back because people were killing, you know, healers and others really easy, and some classes are performing better than others. So there was a balance patch and DPS overall got nerfed. So healing then got into the spotlight, and now healing is becoming a real popular thing in Warfronts again. At level 50, PvP players have this to contend with, in addition to this bullshit called team swap winning or trading wins or something like that, whereby if you go into a match, you'll find that half of the opponents on the other side won't do anything because it has already been agreed or decided or mentioned in chat that we're gonna let this team win. We're gonna let the Defiance win this match, and then after that, we're gonna let the Guardians win a match. That's what's happening in Rift Prime Warfront PvP at level 50 right now. And hearing that as a level 48, going up to level 50, I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to get to 50 if that's the case. You know, if you do enjoy PvP and if that is your current primary method of fun on the Prime server. So that's a loss. And let me just open up the combat log here so I can show you how much XP that was worth. So in addition to just getting your ass kicked, you get 300 notoriety, and notoriety, as we've mentioned, is your reputation system that, you know, you can hit several tiers and then you can go to these vendors and buy their gear. So let's see. Okay, you gained 13,500 XP, and I get a 6k bonus XP as well. I wonder why I get the bonus for. I do know I am currently in rested XP, but I'm not sure if that actually counts when it comes to PvP kills. I didn't kill anybody, as you can see in my stats here. But I did contribute somewhat to my damage, and I've got favor on the board. So 13,000 XP for a loss. And in comparison, here's a level 48 quest, landscape quest, 11,000 XP, almost 12,000 XP for a quest completion. In addition to, you know, the XP you get from killing those mobs as well. So losing a PvP match, queuing for a PvP match isn't all that bad, considering if you really want that XP on the way to 50. Even if you don't PvP, I would highly suggest just queuing in and jumping in anyway. Take the loss. It may be, you know, a prideful thing for you that you hate losing or whatever, but trust me, that XP from PvP is actually not bad at all. Let's get out of here. Leave the warfront. Okay, check in chat. I see a couple of things moving there. Fairmare says, I'm currently playing Fortnite in Rift, but I think I'm going to give up on Rift since it's so sluggish to get to level cap. I hear you, man. I hear you. I think I said this somewhere, you know, that when I get to 50, this will be one of those games that I really will cherish the experience of, you know, leveling to 50 being this, I wouldn't say hard, but this time consuming and a lot of effort. Maybe in the last vlog, it did sound like I was really bored or getting burned out. Maybe a little burned out, but not bored, not upset, whatever. I don't regret jumping into Prime because this has been a really good experience for me, you know. And this morning on Twitch, I jumped into a couple of dungeons with my guild, who were teaching me the ropes of being a cleric healer, and I was just asking their opinion, you know. How many of you guys came from Rift Live? How many of you guys came are new players to Rift? Most of them have played Rift, the live version, up until the Storm Legion expansion, which is, I think, the first expansion. I could be wrong, but Storm Legion, and I believe that was 2013 maybe. And they say that's when the game went PETA. So for them to come back and do the early parts of Rift leading up to Storm Legion, even though it's not a vanilla experience, is kind of why they're back here. So if I were to sum up, you know, the player base reaction to why Rift Prime is where they want to spend their time, I would put it down to number one. I think definitely nostalgia. That's what it is. You know, for me, if I didn't plan on reviewing this or whatever, there was absolutely no reason for me to play on the Prime server. Not one. Why should I spend 15 bucks a month, you know, just trying to get to level 50 here when the free version, I could do the same thing on the free version as well. Now, I don't have an emotional pull to Rift, but I have a duty to experience MMORPGs and inform people. So that was a wall of mobs that was not a win-win situation. But I think these crystals are part of my quest here. There we go. I need 6 of these. Bring back the stream chat real quick. Okay, are these guys part of my quest too? No. So as soon as I hit that crystal, I'm going to pull a bunch here. And in my Defiler roll, while I can take about 2 mobs plus at once, I don't want to risk it because, like, for me, I don't have a pet as I would have if I'm using my Druid build or something else. So I've got to be really careful about my pulls here. So let's start. This is a good opportunity. Here we go. Come to me. Oh, if he's not moving. I mean, the other thing you can do is just LOS him. That's hardly an LOS. Screw it. Let's burn him. Let's burn him fast. Okay, there we go. So I just put down my beacon, or in this morning's stream, I called it the bacon, because I seem to be pronouncing that as bacon instead of beacon. And that's just going to intercept a portion of the threat and damage. But unfortunately, oh my god, how did that guy pick me up? So I've now pulled 2 mobs. But he's attacking my bacon, so that's fine. But with my Defiler, you know, I picked up so many tips and tricks along the way that in a worst case scenario, you have about 60% of coming out in a positive fashion. Oh, not now. Come on. I got to kill this guy first. I've got 40 seconds to get rid of this guy and jump into the dungeon. Which I should be able to do. Oh, wait a minute. It's signed me up as heals. Yeah, no. Sorry about that, guys. This morning I was healing for my guild and I'm only comfortable. I need a lot more practice as a healer because there's so many nuances about healing as a cleric and learning the different fight mechanics and dots and learning to dispel purges and debuffs and everything that I still need a lot of practice with, and there is a group that's kind of helping me with that. So until I'm really comfortable of healing pugs, because in Rift, when it comes to dungeons, you know, if you're in a guild, your tank and more experienced players will know the limits of the healer. So okay, we're not gonna pull 10 trash mobs, we're gonna pull 6 and, you know, get the cleric going in terms of rotations and everything. That's how I learn here. in pugs, good luck. You know, the tank is gonna pull maybe all the mobs in a certain area, and then we're gonna die, and then I'm gonna have to tell him, don't pull that group and stuff like that. So I'm not ready for that pug pain just yet. So I will queue for DPS for now, and maybe later on when I'm more confident, you will see some endgame expert dungeon streams with my guild, which will be fun, I suppose. That's my own personal growth here so far, because in all the other MMO or like review leveling streams or whatever, my runs have been mostly pugs, have been almost always DPS. I've never played a healing in any healing capacity in any of the review streams, so this is something that I'm working on, and I want to get it right. Okay, checking in chat real quick. We have we got Kairos Wolf in chat. Says hello, and he says, what is Rift Prime exactly? And Rift Prime, Kairos, is a new limited time progression server, or fresh start progression server for Rift, and it is only available to players who are patrons. That means you are you have purchased a monthly subscription for Rift, and then you'll get access to the Prime server. So there's this Prime server. The level cap is only level 50 as compared to the live version, which is level 70. And on the live version, you've got, I think, 2 or 3 expansions. So there's lots more content. There's lots more things to do. There are other game modes like instant adventures. There's much more PvP warfronts, and of course more dungeons and stuff. But that also is one of the biggest differences. You know, you got the cash shop on the live version, which sells you gear. And you can make a strong argument that that is pay to win on the live version. Here in the Prime version, there's nothing in the store that sells gear whatsoever. It's all cosmetics. The progression here is slowed down. There are no expansions on this Prime server yet, although Storm Legion could be coming in September or October, according to some people. So think of it as WoW Classic, really, or one of those fresh start emulator programs for vanilla versions of other MMOs. This is basically the official version for Rift Prime. And it's popular right now because a lot of the player base that left Rift have come back to check out this Prime version, which is why it is pretty populated. We also have Rudy Thia. Sorry if I get your last name wrong, man, but I'm gonna call you Rudy. He says, quick question, World of Warcraft or Rift? If you can afford the monthly subscription for World of Warcraft, I'd say go World of Warcraft. You can't go wrong there if you're looking for an all-around great MMO to play. In terms of questing, dungeons, PvP, raiding, you know, that kind of thing. But if you want something that you can just play for free, then Rift, the live version, is a free version of the game. And but you will have to deal with all those shenanigans, you know. Checking chat, we got Rugador. Hey, Rugador, he says, so game throwing is actually acceptable in level 50 PvP in this game. WTF. How did that happen? Good question, man. And the answer that a lot of people have been saying is Tryon. Tryon being Tryon. That's... Oh, man. I pulled 3. This is not going to end well for me. Questing in these heavy populated areas is a real pain in the butt. And these guys are all level 48. Oh, they hit really hard. Do I have a pot? Do I have a pot? Nope. I pressed the wrong button there. I should probably put some pots on my hotbar. Dead. I'm gonna soul walk here. Yeah, this place is a real PETA. Mob density. I may have to go to my other cleric build, the one with the healer, just to try and put some of these mobs to sleep. But in my second build, the other the CC only lasts for like 10 seconds, I believe. So let's go ahead and find that. Leveling. There we go. So this is the alternative leveling build that I have, but I don't use it often because what I found is the Defiler Soul kills things way faster. And when I'm playing on my own, you know, I'm not taking my sweet time, I'm actually moving things along fast. But in areas like these, Christ. Okay, that one seems doable, because it looks like this one walks a lot. So I may be able to pull this one. Will I get 2? Yeah, I'll get 2. So let's go ahead and CC that one real quick. Oh, wow. CC did not work. Well, great. Oh! Oh, come on! How did that one pull? Son of a gun, that's BS. So I'm not sure if my Greater Fairy Healer pet can take 2 mobs attacking them at the same time, I don't think. And my sleep cooldown is it's a long one, so I pretty much just have to focus on killing this thing as fast as possible. This could also mean that the later areas, the level 48 questing areas, could be probably designed meant for more than 1 player, so you could want to do this as a duo or as a group or something. Let's put that guy over there to sleep. I will need my pot now. Holy cow. This is great if you really want, you know, massive challenge when it comes to your PvP landscape questing. Come on. I'm about to take it here. Come on, my fairy healer is doing crappy heals, man. I'm gonna die here, but Jesus. And it's not like my gear is like the worst. At the start of the stream, you know, I showed you guys what I was using. I was using pretty decent dungeon gear. Some of them is in blues and purples, and this is pretty decent gear. It's just that I think that's how they kind of designed it, you know, for a lot more social. And you see that with the different systems too. You can only have 2 characters on Prime, unlike the live version where you can have like 8 alts or whatever to just get all the crafting professions up and everything. In Rift, I mean on the Prime server, you only got 2 character slots. So Trion's official response to that, as I said in a couple of streams ago, was that, you know, they want to encourage the social interaction between players. So you have to rely on your guildies, you have to rely on your friends and other people to craft other stuff that you can't necessarily pick up on both of your classes that you have. So decisions that Trion are doing here kind of harkens back, I suppose, to the... What's the best word to use it here? Because I have no memory or experience of this. Maybe the golden age of MMORPGs when things were more like this, you know? It wasn't all about... It wasn't a face roll. It wasn't where, you know, one player could do everything. Where you had to rely on community. I think that's what Shrine World's trying to make Rift Prime. And depending on how you are as an MMO player, you could either absolutely hate this, or you'd absolutely love it. For me, it's a bit of both. Like, I like the difficulty because it's challenging, and it really made me, like, if even in the 30s and 40s, you know, when I figure out, okay, this isn't WoW, or this isn't Lotro, or, you know, so I could just pull a bunch of things and just go to town. This really made me learn the dynamics of my class and understand my limits, and absolutely read up on the skills and everything to try and understand what's the best thing to do. And when you compare that to your global cooldown, Rift has a global cooldown for your skills. So for example, even a buff. This buff has a global cooldown, this buff has a global... Okay, this one doesn't. But a lot of your skills are on global cooldowns. So that means, you know, the timing of what skill to pop at what situation, in addition to, you know, having all your macros set up, and macros are going to play a large part in helping you decide what's the most effective rotation, what's the best build. So it's that sort of game. Okay, I'll never get a better chance. Let's get this guy. Hey, check it in on chat real quick. Yeah, Rugador, how did that happen? Like I said earlier, the player base on the forums, like this guy's response was, it's because it's Tryon Worlds. I think they reported that was happening, you know, that people at level 50 were trading wins. One team win this match, the other team win the next match. That's so stupid, and that should never ever happen. What the hell? That is a very far aggro, and I'm calling bullshit on that. Okay, I've got a few seconds to burn this Storm Legion Gale Caller down. Fine, give me my greed. Give me greed. Yeah, Defile is about RNG. This little buff bar here tells me when my stacks hit 5, and that's when I use my big cash out skills. 4. I'll take 4. Oh man, this questing area is gonna make me sweat. Okay, let's finish this off. This crystal has 18,000 health. Oh, I need to burn this crystal in like 15 seconds. Come on, you can do it. Let's go, let's roll. Oh shit, it put us in without even... I don't even know if I got the crystal now. Well, doesn't matter. Here we are, Realm of the Fae. This is the first Guardian dungeon that you would do. Haven't done this in a couple of weeks, actually. Because I queue as a mentor, which is this little tick box here. That means that you can queue for lower level dungeons, and it will automatically make my level lower. So you can see in my portrait here that I'm level 22 now. So my effectiveness has also gone down. So all these people are just picking up quests. And I'm just looking at my group here. It seems like 4 of us are mentored. So we're all of a higher level, queuing up to do lower level dungeons for the XP and stuff. And there's 1 player in there that's level 17, and that is the tank. So because our healer is of a higher level, I think they got this covered, so I can just focus on putting out some DPS and killing stuff. So it's a more relaxed dungeon. This morning I was healing a level 48 dungeon. Yeah, that's what my guild made me do. This one guy who's really nice, he was like, okay, I'm gonna put you under the cosh. I'm gonna make you heal a level 48 dungeon when I was level 47. And oh man, I was sweating and everything, and I was so nervous. Okay, let me just bring up the chat here, because I want to see... No, that's too high. I need to see what they're reading. My stream chat is kind of blocking. I have to bring my stream chat down. Checking in chat. Kyrus Wolf says, nice, thanks for explaining. No problem, Kyrus. Any more questions? Hey, feel free to let me know. I'll be here for a couple of hours. Rudy says, so WoW is better than Rift, then I can pay for the subs. WoW... WoW's vision of an MMORPG and what they've done since the beginning, in terms of making a fun MMORPG, that's their thing, you know. And is it worth the $15 a month for WoW? I'd say yes. And you know, when you play it a lot, and when you get to a point where you find yourself in a good guild and you're playing regularly, you won't even have to pay for a subscription anymore. I've got a good friend who joined me in one of my WoW streams. You know, he hasn't paid for a sub since, I don't know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, because he's always buying the WoW token with gold. So WoW gives you that option to do that, and I'd say go for it if you can afford it. Okay, why we're stopping is because Destiny War here, our tank, says he's got 6,000 millisecond latency, so that means he's suffering a lot of lag. So we'll just wait for that to catch up real quick. Meantime, checking in chat then. We've got Marcus in chat. Hey, Marcus, what up, man? He says, I get the argument, but at the expense of not being able to play all archetypes? Yes, that's exactly it, you know. Like for me, that's why I went and created a character on the live version of the game, because I felt kind of, you know, restricted and held down. And I have a good friend of mine, ggmyster, who's also in here with me. You know, he re-rolled 4 times. I'm not sure if you're here watching ggmyster, but he re-rolled 4 times because he you know, some people need to play the class for a few levels before they get a full understanding of, are they going to enjoy this particular Rift class or not? And for him, you know, I feel bad watching it because he made a warrior and then re-rolled, he made a mage, and then he re-rolled and everything. So it kind of sucks, you know. You've got that 2 character slot limit, and Rift has 4 classes on the Prime server, and yeah, I'm with you on that argument, Marcus. You know, when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, I get it, you know. That's the whole shtick of the Prime server. Let's go back to good times. Let's make it social. Let's make the game that we think Rift should have been, at the expense of that. I mean, oh well. So Tank's back, and his guild is called Orphanage. Oh, 3 of them are from Orphanage. That's a cool guild name, I think. I better watch my words very carefully here. I didn't mean anything by that. It was just a compliment to the guild's name. Alright. Yeah, ads are going down really quick. But I will keep an eye out for the experience points I will earn at the end of this dungeon. So I'm getting about 200 XP per mob, and you can just see right on the right side of my character portrait here, whenever an enemy dies, I hear a voice in my ear. I don't have any other videos playing, right? Okay, no. But yeah, just keep an eye on the amount of XP that I gain, and then at the end of the dungeon, when I complete, I will check on the XP gains again. Top right, I'm 32% into level 48. I will be so surprised if I can hit level 49 tonight. That means that in a couple of days, I'll be level 50. And then I can start gearing up for expert dungeons, which I'm kind of looking forward to, but not looking forward to, because that's when you get exposed. You do get exposed a lot in Rift, because everybody here, especially the returning players, are very knowledgeable on the various different fight mechanics and DPS checks and where you should be based on your class in terms of what your contribution is to overall in a dungeon. Is your healing up to scratch? Is your DPS up to scratch? So, me being a new player, I'm gonna be very, very exposed, which is why, you know, I've already talked to my guild about teaching me some things about healing, and I'm 30,000 away in terms of Planarite to get that Rune Shaper's DPS bill, because I don't think people run Defilers, the spec that I'm currently in expert dungeons. I could be wrong, you know, but there are many, many ways to play the game, many ways to play the class. But Rift being Rift has been around for so long that if you go look up the guides on the forums or any other websites, there's already tried and tested builds that have worked on live that still do work here, including those OP souls and builds that I've already talked about in the past few weeks. Alright, checking in chat again. Pile Portal says, "Go play WoW," and that's a response to Rudy. We got ggmyster in chat as well. Hey, ggmyster says, "Hey, Adrian." Yeah, I was just telling them about the 4 times you reroll the classes here on Prime, man. And that comes down to the discussion that we were having about how and why Trine Worlds kind of limits that and whether it's a good idea or not. I think that there could be people who are off worse in terms of, you know, getting up to like a level 40 and then Trine Worlds goes and nerfs their class, because it has happened a couple of times where Trine decided that, okay, this particular class or this particular soul is doing too much damage and we want to bring that down. It's happened, and that has also affected PvP. Healing pot, that's for level 15. That's not going to do anything for me at 48, so I'm going to pass on any of the gear here. Unless, of course, a mount drops. Because when I was doing the first dungeon for the Defiance side, I think it was level 30 something. That's when the final boss dropped this mount, the Dread Obsidian Keyring. And yeah. So mounts can drop, as well as cosmetic items. So, we want to get rid of those side mobs because they are buffing and healing right now. It's been so long, I can't even remember the mechanics for the first dungeon. I'm just spreading my dots everywhere. One down. Give me that stack of rage. There we go. 2 down. Now let's burn the boss. Okay, I can check it on chat because I know my rotations. Pile Portal says, "Wow, World of Warcraft Legion PvP reward sucks a little bit." Sorry, I just got distracted there. Turned to a rabbit. Speaking of rabbit, anybody watch Marvel, the Avengers Infinity War? I watched it on Saturday. No spoilers, but this rabbit here just kind of reminded me from a scene. That's all I'm gonna say. Legion PvP, I've jumped into maybe small skirmishes and a couple of battleground, you know, team death matches or whatever. Haven't really done enough of them to talk about the PvP rewards, so I'm not sure about that. But yeah, interesting to hear your thoughts about that. So Pile Poll, do you PvP a lot in WoW? What's the current state of PvP for World of Warcraft? Feel free to share your thoughts. Let's have oh, there we go. So this is Savagers. This is a full cosmetic set, and that looks horrible, so I'm not going to be... Someone else can have that. You can grab those stuff, and once you open it, it's going to unlock everything in your appearance set here for your wardrobe, and then you can just wear them, dye them, whatever. And then it also becomes account bound. Oh boy. What's going on here? Whoa. Okay. Let's spread some dots. I've got a decent AoE one, but it only takes 5. It only takes 5 enemies, and it doesn't really do a lot of damage. But the tank is kind of rocking it right now, I think. Okay, they're all going for the healer. I never use that AoE because it doesn't do a lot of damage, and like I said in the last stream, you only use it on trash mobs that you know will die really, really fast. And jolly good. I think there's a quest in here for people. I don't know. I don't have a quest in here, so I've already done this. Yeah, check in chat. ggmyster says, on Prime, I think Cleric uses 3 times DPS specs, Defiler for high movement fights, RuneShaper for single target static fights, and AoE spec, probably Kabbalist. I've tried the Kabbalist. I hate the Kabbalist. Because one of the other things that Rift will definitely have you do, in comparison to other MMORPGs, is that during dungeons itself, the intervals between the few boss fights, you will be swapping roles a lot. That's why a lot of us have the different roles here on our hotbar, so that we can swap to, you know, to more situational stuff. Because this is a leveling dungeon, and I really don't... I'm not paying attention. I'm just here for the XP. I'm not being effective by, you know, swapping to a different build, going to my AoE Kabbalist build when there's a lot of trash mobs or whatever. I don't care. I'm just gonna stick in one soul all the way through. I think a lot of pug players do that. I don't know. Bad etiquette maybe, especially for a game like Rift, but whatever, man. But yeah, RuneShaper, I'm definitely eyeing the RuneShaper. I want that. I'm 30,000 planner right away. Gosh, that sounds like 2 more weeks of grinding map events and stuff. Thanks, God, and pull everything. And I mean everything. Oh, we do have a warrior in the group, so I'm guessing AoE is going to be pretty good. Spread some dots. There's like a goblin behind me too. Boggling Frump. Oh, more mobs coming in. We got random... Okay, tank has spotted them. Got 5 rage built up. Let's go hit the one in the back. Oh, that guy's with 411 XP. Decent, I suppose. Nobody loots this stuff. Just do it anyway. You may get like a decent gear drop or whatever. And you can get some mats. Okay, checking in on the chat. Meantime, Nick Squire says, yeah, Infinity War was great. Awesome. Okay, everybody, PSA, no spoilers, please. No spoilers. Let's not ruin it for everybody else. And did you mention someone is doing the saga quest, hence all those mobs? Oh, okay, so there's a saga quest in here. Saga quests are like this grand overall, like a main story kind of questing that 2 or more, like a group, can go in and redo some of the early content for decent sum of XP, and I think you get some of the rewards as well. I know where to pick it up. It's right by the port master in your faction city. At least that's where it is for me. And maybe that's something I could show off as well. Do it maybe in a stream or something. When I'm level 50. Because that is my one true goal right now. I'm not focused on anything else. I want to get to level 50. And find out what players are doing at the cap. How do people go about gearing up. And report more on that PvP and make a video about it. Because Trine World needs to see the state of level 50 PvP. I can't believe that it's gotten to that state, you know, of trading wins. That is so stupid. And you can begin to understand why the player base say that, you know, Trine Worlds truly do not give a crap about PvP on this Prime server. ggmyster also says, will be a special run of this dungeon being that you will see entails, what entails in the saga quest. That will prepare me for whatever's coming up ahead, definitely. Because, like, that area where we had all those elves pointing arrows at us, that was one of these paths that, when I was doing this for the first time, the group never went there. So I actually saw that for the first time. So, I guess I'll be seeing more bunch of surprises here, which is great. I could, of course, try and ask them to share the quest with me, but, you know, screw it. Oh man, this cap is giving me a headache for some reason. Ah, there we go. Less pressure. Just the placement of my headphones. Moved it to the back. Okay, bossy boss time. This guy has like some AoE acid toxic thing, if I remember correctly. Oh boy. Somebody's already pulled it, so let's rock and roll. Here we go, toxic thingy. I've just used a breakout to get out of that. I don't want to go too far away from my healer. Oh, I got Toxie coming in. Oh, it's right there. I missed the cloud. Okay, restack some dots. Give me my 5 rage, baby. There we go, 5 rage. Boom. Let's restock that. Greed is 5. Rage is 5. Restock that. Dot management. Never thought I'd play a class like this ever. So that's one of the joys of the Defiler for me. It's one of the different classes I've ever played. And boom, dead. Now if you look at the damage meter, the add-on that I have there, that's what Defilers do when it comes to single target. So being in a group where if you have like a mage who's set up for what's it called, Mystic Archer or whatever, that's like a huge AoE build, and then another DPS that oh wow, he just spoke in Mandarin. I just saw that, his chat. I understood that. That means they're coming or something in Chinese. Wow, these are Chinese players. Oh, that's cool. I did not expect to see that. I bumped into all kinds of players on the Prime server, and now, I mean, it's only one server. There's no, like, Oceanic server or whatever. I'm in an Oceanic guild, but this is, make no mistake about it, this is a North American server, so... Cool! I just saw his chat there. I just screamed something. No wonder it wasn't explained to me that we're doing the Saga quest, because I had no idea we were doing the Saga quest. Oh, this is good. This is turning out to be a real cool stream. Okay. Now my pronunciation may be wrong, but I think that he said dual kolai or something like that, which means, I don't know what dual means, but kolai means coming or come here. Yeah, come here, I think. Anybody that speaks Mandarin in chat, please feel free to correct me on that. But I think that's right. Kolai means come here. I'm half Chinese, by the way, so I should know these things, but I don't, which is unfortunate. Don't want to bore you with any history or family backstory, but I have completely been cut off from the Chinese side of my family, so I don't have any connections, I don't have any heritage, I don't have any history. Sad? Maybe. Do I care? Not really. I'm happy with that. He said it again. Dual cool eye. There we go. Destiny War. I'm running with Chinese players. Okay, I see. I'm trying to understand what they're going for here. Okay, let's check in on chat in the meantime. ggmyster says it's more for raids and experts that you change roles a lot. I think you have like 10 roles, not sure. I know it's a lot. Yeah, I saw that you could buy a hell of a lot more roles. My next role is going to cost me, 100 plat. Shit. I've unlocked 4 souls on my character. Roll, sorry. So that's all the 4 that I have, and that cost me about, I don't know, 80 plat so far. So the 5th soul roll that you want to unlock, sorry, the 5th roll that you want to unlock is going to cost you 100 plat. And there's only, I think 4 for me is good enough. I don't think I will use any more than that. I could be wrong. Checking in on chat here. We got Professor Kaken in chat. Hello, Professor Kaken. Professor Kaken here, like, you know, whenever there's like a discussion video or stuff, you know, the amount of thought and the amount of, I love reading his views and hearing him share his thoughts. Just want to say thanks for sticking around, Professor Kaken. He says the World of Warcraft PvP is the only thing that keeps me coming back. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I would love to, well, I could always jump back into World of Warcraft and do some PvP. My Twitch streams on Fridays are Friday night fights, so maybe I'll have to jump into Warcraft and see some Legion PvP. I mean, there's obviously your arena type games, those battlegrounds. You've got skirmishes, and then you've also got the open world PvP content in the landscape. You know, some world quests will involve questing in PvP areas where, you know, you will go there and fight players of the opposite faction because both of you are trying to get an objective or something. So which of these PvP modes are you what keeps you hanging around, Professor Kaken? Or is it just that, you know, the player base or the mechanic itself, or what exactly is it about WoW's PvP? We've also got ggmyster says you don't use I'm gonna call it K alerts because that's what everybody calls it. Adrian makes tracking buffs super easy. I tried to install K alerts, and somebody gave me the exact you know, copy pasta thing that you need for the alert, but unfortunately it doesn't work. It didn't really work for me, and at this stage I don't need it yet. But once I start, you know, healing properly, then yeah, I'm gonna have it set up because there's a few things that I will need there, like telling me when some of my debuffs expire to be effective in some healing of the skills, and yeah, just stuff like that. So I have K Alert downloaded, but I have not installed it yet. Pyle says, I will be back in the next expansion. So will I. Battle for Azeroth is my first WoW expansion, and I am excited for it because I will get to see World of Warcraft on a big expansion launch, and I will get to see the player base. I'll get to see the questing on landscapes where people are all about. I'll get to see Blizzard and how they conduct themselves a week from an expansion launch, what they are, you know, what are they like as developers, and I just get to spend more time in WoW, which is great. So I'm gonna, nah, actually I want to type something in party chat, but I didn't want to sound racist. What are we doing? What are we doing? Is there a boss here? Okay, checking in chat some more. We got Tom in chat. It says, good morning, me hearty. Much love, Adrian. Good morning, Tom. How are you doing, man? Good to see you. And yeah, I got a proposition for you about a World of Warcraft video that I want to do with another friend of mine. And, oh! Hey, I'm getting hit! Oi, tank! But yeah, I will message you the details when probably tomorrow. ggmyster says they won't be able to share the saga quest because this is a few steps in the chain. Oh, I see. So I gotta, if I want to do it, I'll have to, you know, pick up these saga quests right from the beginning. But hey, you know what? I'm 35% in, so that's what, 10,000 XP I've gotten so far. Poor tiger. Scrolling down, Marcus says, if I remember correctly, Defiler and Inquisitor were a great combination in Vanilla Rift. Inquisitor. Oh yeah, Inquisitor, I see. Defiler, that's kind of... Oh shit, this is one of the builds that, one of the Defiler guides on the old website. There's like a big resource on the... Oh, I hope I didn't do that, because I was the last one here. Well, screw it. But yeah. So far I've tried Druid and Shaman, a bit of Inquisitor, and Defiler here. Rune Shaper is the one I'm looking forward to, because people have been saying that's... If you think Defiler was good, then the Rune Shaper is going to be great as well for single target. I mean, I don't know. For me, I also judge the soul based on what it can do on both PvE and PvP. And I think between 30 to 40, when I was jumping into Warfronts as a Defiler, a lot of people struggled with clearing my dots. And I was able to stay a long ways away because this is a ranged soul, and I'm able to help out my team in PvP matches with all these dots and stuff. Pretty cool build. But it got nerfed. That's all I know. The week before I bought the Defiler Soul, it got nerfed on Prime. So I missed out on some really fun fights. Okay.
It seems we have guests, lads. Come, wanderers, and join us for some mead.
I'm gonna shadow this guy.
Arriving shortly.
These interlopers seek to harm Lord Twill.
Then let us toast to Twill's demise. That frosty fop has ruled
Should
us
probably be there.
too long. Now, where's that new keg?
Master, the mead is not coming. While you dozed, these vandals butchered our best brewers and exterminated our prize vessels.
Markers would be nice. 1, 2, 3.
I would have you as guests, and you desecrate.
Hey, check it in chat real quick. ggmyster says Defiler came with Storm Legion, I think. Okay, he is aiming at this guy, so this guy I will do too. Ooh, big guy. I'm just worried about his AoE swings. Oh, I got a massive lag spike there. Okay, one down. The other one. Let's go. Okay, there was some skill delay there. I hope that's not going to continue for the rest of the dungeon. That would suck. Oh, breakout. Do I have my breakout? Yeah, I do. Oh, stun again. Let's zoom out so it's easier for you guys to see the fight. That guy's still up there with his pet. Pretty smart, I guess. That's a decent place to stand because judging from the way this boss is boomerangs around and does damage to everybody that he moves to, it's a pretty nice place to stand, I think. But I wonder if he's still taking damage. Refresh my dots. Alright, dead. Rage Corruption was my top damaging ability there, which is never the case. It's usually Explosive Rage, this one down here, because this one does 250% increased damage for 5 stacks of Rage. Dual... There we go again, so we're... At least I understood that, so I guess we're going to be hiding here. Now, I'm not sure what he's going to do. Probably pull a bunch of mobs. So I could now probably play around with my Caballer build. Okay, you know what? Better not risk it. I don't want to be the asshole that isn't hitting anything in this dungeon run. That'll be super bad. Let's see what he brings. Okay, check it in chat real quick. Rudy says, dual goal line means there's many coming. I see. That's what it means. Thank you, Rudy. And Nick says, your Mandarin pronunciation is way off. I bring shame. I bring shame, unfortunately. Yeah. See, most of my, like, the friends, like, the people I grew up with, you know, I come from a very mixed background. You know, we've got Chinese, we've got Indians, we've got the Malays, or the Muslims as you know them, then we've got the mixed people, and that is a lot of mobs. Shit. Do we start attacking or what? What? At least they died pretty quick, so I can just spam this corrupted field. This is an AoE. It won't do as much damage, but it helps everybody by... Okay, this one's a big guy, so I can just take it down manually. Oh, got a bit nervous there, seeing all those mobs just lined up there. I'm like, shit. Okay, I guess we're mounting up. Yeah, my pronunciation's way off. Like, even my Chinese friends, when we're together or whatever, we don't speak Mandarin. We speak English. So, like I said, you know, I don't have that sort of a upbringing to know my Mandarin at all. Curse words, I'm pretty damn proficient at pronouncing curse words, but that's about it. What are we doing, people? I'm probably gonna pull that Ent behind me. I did not. What has happened to my character? I am in a ball of... Okay, it's cleared up. Hey, check in chat. We got Tom. Tom says, I was born in California and raised in a church that was 100% Chinese. Taught me a lot about the culture. Nice. That's awesome. Can you speak, though, Tom? Can you speak a bit of Mandarin? I bet you love Chinese food, though. Scrolling down. Rudy says, anyway, if I can ask this once more. Rift, World of Warcraft, or Final Fantasy? Wow. Man, I jump into games and I try and show the good and the bad, but I will never, ever, ever, you know, make a decision for you. It all depends. Are you attached to Final Fantasy? Do you love the world? Do you love the story? Do you love the characters? It is a subscription game, of course, but you know, if you've never played World of Warcraft before, I would highly suggest maybe playing for a month. Just to see what the game's about and see if it's for you. So at least you can say that, okay, I've now experienced Warcraft. I've now known the hype and why people play it or something like that. And you just get a feel for the world or whatever. So if you've not played... In fact, I will say this. For any of those MMOs there, Rudy, that you have not played before, I'd say go play it for a month first and try and jump into that world and see it for, you know... It's one of the things I've learned to do ever since I started the channel, you know? Because prior to my YouTube days, I'd be like, oh, I don't want to jump into this MMO. I never played it. I don't care. I don't want to. But now I'm all curious. I would jump into a new MMO in a heartbeat just to see what it's all about and try to understand the different mechanics and compare that to what's out there and everything. So I would say try that. Which of those MMOs you've never played before, go and give it a shot. Tom says, I would love to see some WoW PvP on Friday night fights. You got it, bro. Only if you join me, though. How's that? The thing is, I stream on Friday 9 PM my time which would be really early morning for you, Tom, if you're in California. If you're in you're in Colorado. Sorry, California is about 14 hours behind me, so that means 9 p.m. for me would probably be like 6 a.m. for you, or about 5 a.m. for you, which is crazy. I cannot ask that of anybody. I don't want to ask that of anybody. We'll see, but I definitely want to bring you on one of those WoW streams, man. ggmyster says sacrifice your DPS when the tank died. Professor Kaken says arenas can be challenging, and we're talking about World of Warcraft PvP, by the way. Arenas can be challenging, and I wouldn't suggest it unless you have a team. World Zone PvP is out to lunch, so don't go to World Quest expect good PvP either. Yeah, I've tried that, you know. I think I did that in one of my streams. I was just questing in an area, and I picked up a couple of these World Quests. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm gonna go kill these NPCs, and then I saw like an NPC there with a lot of health, and I was trying to kill it. And the AI, I thought, oh, that is crazy AI, because this NPC knows how to heal and knows how to move behind me and everything. That happened for like 5 seconds, and then it hit me. Shit, that's not an NPC. That's a horde player that I'm fighting. And that's when I realized I'm in an open world PvP zone, and I'm like, oh my god. Needless to say, I did not kill that person. That person killed me. This guy, he was like looking behind us for a second. I don't know why, but that's odd. I mean, my character's just engulfed in a blob of black smoke or whatever that is, and that's kind of sad. Don't know why that is. Alright, moving down. Kairos says to Rudy, you can try all 3 of those games for free. Try them and see what you like the most. That's also good advice, Kairos. I would agree with that. No harm done. I mean, the only thing is that, you know, these games are going to take a lot of disk space. Warcraft, I can't remember how large it was. Rift Prime was about 18 gigs. And what's the other one? Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy was about 30 plus gigs in terms of space. So if space is a thing for you in your hard drive, then, you know, you may have to consider one or few. Or internet speed, you know, how fast can you download games and everything. All these things come into consideration, especially in my part of the world. So yeah, but if you can, I'd say jump into all of them. Priority goes to the one that you've not played before. Okay, scrolling down in chat, Professor Kaiken says, but Battlegrounds, World of Warcraft Battlegrounds, I've been playing for years. I enjoy playing many different classes. Sometimes heal when I'm feeling spicy, but it's just the chill games with a focus on objectives over kills. I hear ya, and to me that's also a little bit of what I especially with Guild Wars 2, you know, sometimes it's not all about winning. I just want to chill and relax and do a bit of the objectives, hold a point, carry this, carry that. Same thing with Rift when it comes to it, but because of Rift's slow progression and when it comes to XP, most of the times I'm not enjoying the war fronts. I'm just in it to do them as quick as possible, get my XP, get out of there, and do it all over again. And that solely comes down to the type of server that Rift Prime is. If Rift didn't, wow. Okay. Tanks down. I'm down. Wipey wipe. 5 minutes on my soul walks. There's not a lot I can do there. But I can vape. I've got back into vaping again to try and stop this shitty bad habit of smoking, which over the last 6 months I've picked up again, which is bullshit. So back into vaping. You'll see some vape. I'm not one of those assholes that's gonna blow the camera, so don't worry. I'll just do it off low-key off screen. Nicotine fix plus the caffeine fix. It's intoxicating. Bad habits. Don't get into it. I mean, if you're already drinking morning coffee, then you're kind of screwed for life. But it's the other ones that you can avoid. Tom says, looking forward to hearing about your proposition. All right, man. I'll get back to you after the stream. Professor Kaiken says, also the balance between geared and non-geared players is in a pretty good play at the moment, which just doesn't happen often. That's really good to hear, especially coming from World of Warcraft. You know, one of the biggest, most played MMORPGs out there. Balance is always going to be an issue, considering you have that many classes, that many races, and all that stuff. So that's really good to hear. When it comes to Rift, especially on the Prime server, I can't really say the same because they have to balance what they're doing on the live version of the game in addition to what's coming on the Prime server, and they only have... I've looked into this. Tryon Worlds doesn't have a big development team, at least not as large as they used to have way back in the day, so they don't have the resources to, you know. But the funny thing is, somebody mentioned, I think it was last week, that Tryon put out new content for Rift Prime in the store, which was a brand new cosmetic mount or whatever, and people were like complaining, oh, I'm gonna rage quit, because it seems they're more focused on making cosmetic stuff rather than, you know, putting out content on Prime. The problem with that is Prime, all the content that we're going to be getting on Prime is content that we've already seen before in live version. So there's not a lot Tryon can do, but I suppose what that's aimed at, or what that's directing towards or alluding to, is that Tryon should be more focused on getting the balancing right, fixing PvP, making sure that the heal to damage ratio when it comes to PvE and PvP is just right, because that's what makes it fun for a lot of people. That's what makes, you know, people come back and do certain content again. But as with all MMORPGs, balancing classes and all these stuff is it's an ongoing act. It's never permanent. No game is perfect in that regard. So these days, the barometer is just which game does it more consistently and better, rather than which ones, you know, just neglected for a long time and then start racing to fix stuff. Tank is standing right in that cyclone, and he's down to like 15% health, which is not good at all. And he's back up to full health now. Here comes the cyclone. Everybody move. Shit, that was close. I was looking at my buffs. It comes on the left side. So almost down. And I'm doing pretty okay. Single target DPS. That's good to see. Dead. Okay, 23,000 XP, 10,000 XP. That's a total of 40,000 experience points for this dungeon. Oh, come on. How far do I have to scroll down? Shit. It's gone. It's missing. Usually, oh, there we go. So I've gained 11,000 XP, rested 397, group XP bonus 397, and then I gained 10,000 XP, and then there's like an additional 23,000 XP, and yeah, that's a pretty decent haul, I suppose. That's a good run. Let's go back out, and this thing should reload because it's part of the UI, so it's gonna reload UI as soon as I, you know, change zones or whatever. It's gonna tell me what my percentage is into 48. 40%. So I went from like 30. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Hey now. That was a bad place to queue up for a dungeon, and this happened a lot in the early parts too. So there's a warrior here who is absolutely saving my ass right now. Oh man! So I went into that dungeon right in front of that crystal, and coming out of it, I almost got my ass kicked. Let me just say thanks. That was close. Okay. It's going after that crystal, so... Open tapping does exist, so it's going to count for me as it will for him. Okay, 2 out of 6. And, my health regen's really low, so I do have like all these out of combat drinks that, you know, just regens health faster, so I can get back into the fight quicker. Since this guy's nice, I'm gonna tag along for a bit, just piggyback on whatever he's doing, try to get some of my quest objectives done. I'll check in the chat right after this, guys. Hang in there. The discussion's going great tonight. Good to see everybody in the chatty mood. Anybody excited for Bless? Anybody excited for Bless? Because I was talking about it earlier in the stream, and I've got a video coming out talking about Bless. You know, the systems that it's going to be bringing and everything. So. Okay, I guess we're going for this crystal next, which is where I died the first time. So here's what I can do. He's probably gonna take aggro first, so what I can do, just piggyback up that. Oh, I got 5 rage, might as well use that. And use a dot there just to tag the crystal real quick. This is nice, you know, mutual questing in the landscape, no need to party up. We're here completing the same objective. His probably is an F, and an F is a defiant, and I'm a Methosian, so I'm a guardian, so we're enemies. But here we are standing side by side, stopping Regulos and his cults. And, you know, when Rift first launched, I did some research on this, and Rift launch, the factions initially didn't have cross-faction play. That wasn't a thing. And recently, I think, I can't remember which expansion that Rift actually gone and made the game cross-faction, so that you can have both Guardians and Defiants in the same guild. You could do dungeons, you know, with both factions, and if you play a lot of MMOs, you will notice that, you know, especially those MMOs that have more than a couple of factions, with the exception of World of Warcraft. Most of these games have made cross-faction become a thing simply because of okay, hang on here. He's gonna pull a couple of people, so I had to put on my pet here to try and take some aggro. Let's see if I can get aggro off him real quick. How's his health? Okay, I need a link. Oh, I can't do my link of misery or whatever to take damage from him. But my pet has saved the day because they're all attacking my bacon. So that's a little utility tip that you can really do if you're in a sticky situation. Drop down that pet or whatever. Wow, they killed my beacon. Holy shit. These guys are level 48 and the mobs have about 16,500 health, and I'm only at 11,000 health. That's the disparity between what the landscape mobs are doing. So I can definitely say without a doubt that this is definitely an endgame zone there. Wow. Wide aggro range, I totally agree. So this is gonna make things really tricky. But we've got a crystal over there that we should be able to pick up. Alright, let's bring back the stream chat. I'm gonna check in chat real quick. ggmyster says, when you fight the boss, try not to be the farthest away because he targets when he charges. Good tip there. Unfortunately, I read that too late, ggmyster. I was already done. But yeah, good tip. And I hope to remember that the next time I run Realm of the Fae, which is almost never. Whenever I queue for a dungeon, like I said, you know, it usually puts me into the level range dungeon that I'm currently at, which is usually the fall of Lantern Hook, and now I've got 2 more unlocked: Abyssal Precipice and Charmer's Caldera, which I have no idea. Okay, great. No aggro pulls there. I'm just gonna be careful with my dots. Marcus says to ggmyster, you're right. I was thinking of Inquisitor plus Caballus. So he's asking me if I have these quests, and I said, yeah, crystals. And the thing is, that's the thing, you know, he's a Defiant faction, I'm the Guardian faction, but my quest is to come here and kill these crystals. So at least we have one quest in common, which is, I think, supposed good. But yeah. One more crystal. This is gonna be a PETA. There's 3 people here, which I think we're gonna aggro them all. Okay, we got 2. I'm gonna drop my little thingy there. Oh my god. Where did that thing come from? You have got to be kidding me. We're probably gonna get the 4th guy too. Yep. We've got everybody. Son of a gun. Let me just focus this guy real quick. Christ. How on earth did we pull the aggro of everybody in this damn zone? That is nuts. Okay, 1 down. Come on. Stay alive, warrior. I don't have heals to throw in my Defiler build here. But that's pretty cool though. I wonder what warrior soul he is, because he's got range and everything, and that whole lightning stuff reminds me of Star Wars. Like an emperor shooting out electricity and whatnot. That's actually pretty cool for a warrior. Maybe it was my little pet bacon. Putting it there wasn't a great idea at all, because I think that just captured everybody's attention. Okay, I've done the crystals. Let me see if I can help this guy if he needs help. he was pretty much done with it, but he was just messing around anyway. So that's pretty cool of him. Okay, so that means I now need to go and destroy the other 2 objectives that I have. This one right here is use the kill switches to destroy the generators, and I'm sure I can cheese this one out. And what I mean by cheese is, oh look, that's a nice place to go AFK. Hello there, Tulchin the Gladiator. Oh, this person's 46. Yeah, this is gonna be a hard place to question if you're 46. So the generator looks like it's at the bottom somewhere. That means there's a cave nearby. Let me just take a look. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I think it's in there. Oh, I pulled something. Hello. Okay, let's kill you fast so I don't pull anybody else. %. I just want, okay, rage, resist. Screw you with your resist. Whenever somebody resists one of your dots, it takes a longer time for the cooldown to reappear again, which is a real pain in the ass. Just gonna sneak by. Okay, here we go. What do we got? We've got, well, I can't really target this person, but the map is already showing me that I'm really close to the kill switch. So as soon as I hit that kill switch, I guarantee you these things are gonna be coming out. The problem is I can't really see what their morale pools are, so I don't know how hard these guys are gonna hit. So let's just go ahead and hit the kill switch and see what happens next. Okay. Oh, hey, hi there. 21,000 health. Time for bacon. Get out here, bacon. Okay, let's burn. Can I hit 25,000 in under a minute? Let's find out. That's a defiler. Four, 3, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5. Okay, here we go. Burn, burn, burn. 3, 2, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 4. Yeah. So that fight was 37 seconds. 21,000 damage in 30. So I'm hoping the next one will be him, because he looks like he's like a mini boss of some sort. So let's go ahead and hit the second kill switch here. You're too late, my broadcaster. Okay, never mind. Back to the fight. Okay, same routine. Yes. Yes, 5-5. For 1, greed is easier to build than rage because your usual dots for greed has a 60% chance of giving you a greed stack, whereas rage is only 40%. Okay, so we got the boss now, and this guy is 31,000 health. I may be able to take him down. I should be able to take him down. Let's rephrase that. If he doesn't spawn ads, I should be fine. But I blew all my DPS buff cooldowns on the other mob. Okay, let's refresh the dots. Let's go again. Stormlord Casimir. And in this region, Shimmer Sand, some of the cults and some of the stories are already bringing out the Storm Legion, which is one of those cults, antagonist type cults that, in a way, kind of worship another deity or dragon or whatever from a different plane, and they're trying to bring this person back into this Solara using the planes or whatever. So this is a great tidbit. Oh, hi. These guys are 8,000 each. Should be alright. Although my bacon is about to go down, and I will need to recast him again. I need to get these guys dead. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Hang in there, Bacon. Bacon of Despair. It's Beacon, but for those of you just joining me, I named it Bacon because it's easier to pronounce. Alright, you've thrown 4 mobs at me and I've killed them all. Destroy the mind control broadcaster. I see. There we go. Overriding. You again? No, my machine. What have you done? I have just crumbled your tiny science experiment in this cave. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? And we're done. No small thanks to that warrior from the Defiant faction who absolutely was super cool out in the landscape, helping a squishy cleric get by. So that's +1 to some of the community that I've encountered here. So let's go AFK here and let's check in on stream chat. Sorry guys, I've been ignoring you guys for the past 10 minutes. Okay, where are we at? Marcus says you could blow up things like crazy as a Kabbalist, which is the AoE soul for Rift. ggmyster says Kabbalist is good AoE but needs 52 points spread dots, so currently I think on Prime it's not great. Inquisitor Kabbalist is what they I think. We got Tom says, I'm in, doesn't matter what time, I'm a okay, alright, but I'll let you know after the stream. Rudy says, I actually played those 3 and still there are things I like from each of those games. Wow! So basically what you're asking is that you just want to look for a main game now, you just want a main MMO, right? Oh, again, it's a really hard one. I don't want to be the guy to tell you what to play. I would just say go with what you can, man, whether you want to pay the subscription and stuff like that. He says, Final Fantasy XIV, I like the game, but most of the quests, it has no voice. By that, do you mean voice acting? If that's the case, then, Rift doesn't really have a lot of voice act quests too. World of Warcraft, to a certain extent, does when it comes to, like, the main story chain. But most of the, the earlier content doesn't have that. So, I mean, if you really want a fully voiced acted, every quest has voice acting in it. Elder Scrolls Online and Star Wars The Old Republic is your go-to games. Those are more, I would say, 100% more narrative driven when it comes to that, aesthetically, narrative wise, compared to other MMOs out there. Rudy also says even if it has a voice actor in it, it just is flat. He also says shame the MMO went like that when the console Final Fantasy has so good voice. So there's difference with the console version for Final Fantasy with the PC when it comes to voice acting. I didn't know that. ggmyster says the black smoke is your shield, 85%, probably a graphic glitch. That's what I thought too, because I've never seen that happen before. Like I've seen the shield, like, okay, when I do my Husk of Indifference, that's what the black shield looks like. That means I've got an absorb barrier here. But back on the final boss in that fight, I just went into a pixelated mess, so I'm not sure if that is a graphical glitch or what. ggmyster says, I smoked for 20 years, gave up 6 years ago. Saved a heap of money. Yeah, that's true. definitely a money saver. Tom says, if you guys are here for the first time, definitely sub to this channel on YouTube and Twitch. It's always a great stream, and you will want to be here. Love for waffles. Much love. Have a great stream. Thank you, Tom. That's so awesome. Thank you, man. And yeah, I mean, I don't really like plugging myself. I hate self-promotion. I personally, you know, I have a problem with trying to advertise myself or whatever, but I'm not sure because I don't really look at this. I don't want my life's focus to be solely on numbers or whatever, but I think I am 30 subscribers away from hitting 7,000. I think. I could be wrong. I don't know. But it would be cool. Like, my goal this year is really to try and grow the channel and spread, you know, our passion. And I say ours because my channel, I want it to be a platform. And, you know, I read out your comments because I value your opinions. And this discussion videos and all these reviews, you know, they may be what I play and feel and see objectively and subjectively. But it's a collective voice of different opinions. That's what makes this channel the channel that it is today, at least for me. So, you know, we are a few subscribers away from 7,000, I think, and my goal is to hit 10,000 this year, so fingers crossed. That'll be pretty cool. That'll be pretty cool. Okay, moving on. ggmyster says a lot of the players in the guild level from 40 to 50 doing dungeon runs. Yeah, I was in one of those this morning, ggmyster. I was running with Spanky, Gov, Wish, and Aussie Boy, I think, and we did a couple of the 48 dungeons, and that really helped me level from 47 to 48. And Gub was also teaching me how to heal as a cleric, which I do appreciate, so I got more healing knowledge now. ggmyster says, where's your beacon? It's back there in the fight. I don't even remember where I put it down. Rudy says, been waiting for Bless Online as well. Awesome. And Faramir says, wouldn't it be easier just to spam dungeons or warfronts? Questing, you need to kill 10 to 20 trash mobs that are always packed together. I don't know, questing feels crappy, at least when you compare it to WoW. Questing in this late game areas, especially solo, and I can speak about this if you have been playing from like the 30 to 40. If you are primarily a solo player, and if you don't have the necessary souls that you want to be effective in the landscape, then questing would be absolutely a horrible experience. Because it's gonna feel grindy, because some souls you can only pull one mob at a time because you're squishy, whereas other souls you can pull a lot more, but that means it takes longer to kill. So if you're not a social person and you don't have friends or a guild to pull people and go do quests together, you know, Prime is gonna feel really frustrating. It hasn't been for me because my Defiler soul, you know, I've been pretty self-sufficient for about 46 levels. Not all the way though. I think in level 20 to 25, I think I quested with ggmyster into Gloamwood, and you know, questing together, things do move faster. But in the early levels, yeah, it can be really slow. And that again goes back to what Prime server is all about. You only have 2 character slots. The focus on the Prime server is all about social. The end game is all about raiding and getting into guilds with people, and that's just how it is. As a solo player, I think I would struggle if I didn't find a good community, and if I didn't find a build that was a viable solo, I would definitely struggle here in Rift Prime. ggmyster says experts are almost the same thing as normal, except you have an extra boss and more mechanics. We got Zeffy Ball, says LMAO, Lamau, laughing my ass off. Aggro, all the things, which kind of happens a lot. Zeffy says your ugly stick, which is my beacon here. Pull mobs once you hit the target with damage, both blessed and accursed at times. Yeah, I mean, there have been times when I've been questing up in Stillmore. You know, there's a town full of werewolves and there's people moving and everything. I put my beacon down in one area, and then half of the mobs across the street will come running to it. The thing is, you know, that beacon has saved my ass so many times because it's taken the aggro and it's given me the opportunity to spread my dots and, you know. Hey. Okay. Ace Annoying says RIP. Refresh working. Oh, did the stream die? Did the stream die, guys? I have no idea. I did not look. I wasn't looking at my OBS, so is the stream back on? Here, let me refresh my YouTube page here and see what's going on. Because I was catching up on stream chat. Lots of you guys had something to say. I haven't really read that in a while. Well, as always, if there's any stream issues or whatever, do point out in chat and I'll see what I can fix. But so far, I think I am still live and moving along. Okay, with that said, let's go ahead and turn in some of these quests. I've only done 2 here, so. Okay, good. I forgot to pick up all my loot from the dungeon. So what exactly was that? So we've got 3 different things here. Dungeon loot, that is. Imperial Web. Okay, that's not it. So here we go. Level 48 dungeon loot. And this was from the Realm of the Fae. The one that I just got out of. Let's see here. Level 48. It has less armor than whatever it is I'm wearing now. Less everything except endurance. So definitely no go. I will not be using this. 2 Sigil of Primal Valor. What are these things? And some people will feel underwhelmed when these things drop from dungeons. You're like, oh, I want gear. Why do you give me these stupid sigils? These things, when you go back to your faction area, you will see a place where you can turn in these little sigils for reputation, and that with that reputation, then you can go and buy certain gear. This is a hard call. This is definitely an upgrade in terms of stats, but it's only by 1, and I lose armor. A level 46 purple. I'm gonna stick with the purple. Yeah. So unfortunately, that was underwhelming loot, but that's just the case. Professor Kagan says, no, Acer Norring says, it froze. I see, okay. I'm not sure why it did that, but it's YouTube. YouTube streaming isn't as good as Riffs. Isn't as good as Twitch when it comes to these things. Like, Twitch never has any of these problems, especially when I stream on Twitch. But YouTube, for some reason, does. But I still stream here, you know, because most of you guys are here on YouTube. ggmyster says, your stream died, I had to refresh. Alright, so PSA, if anybody's having trouble with the stream, kindly refresh or hit F5 in your browser, and that should make it work again. We got Thurston Clown Chat says, hi there. Hello, Thurston. Welcome to the stream. I am almost 2 hours deep. And I am 41% into level 48. So, getting very close to level 50, Thurston. And then we can see how gearing works, what the 50 dungeons are going to look like, and all that good stuff. And have a look at the population at level 50. I mean, I would say majority of the player base are already at 50. I mean, my guild alone, honestly, I think Reverence Oceanic is the name of my guild. And let's show off line as well. Let's go under levels. I would say a lot of these players played on since Prime launch day 1. And I came in 1 month after Prime launch. So I'm missing out on 1 month of whatever there was to do, but that is the amount of level 50s that my guild has, and we're not even the biggest guild on Prime. You know, there's so many other. Primal Elite is one, Rage is another big guild here, and a couple of other guilds, and yeah, I would say a lot of the player base are already at 50. So what's going to happen as a new player when I hit 50, I'll try and make some content to show you guys what I'm doing, or what I think Professor Kagan gave me a great idea in one of the comments he made today about showing off the, you know, the footsteps, your first footsteps to get into endgame. I think that'll be interesting too. So let's see how that turns out. Okay, the Might of the Legion. May the Vigil have mercy on their souls, now that the Storm Legion's plans. There we go, Storm Legion. That is the name of the next, or yeah, that was the name of the expansion back on Rift Live, Storm Legion. So in the early parts of Prime, I mean, the 50-ish parts of Prime, you're going to be learning a lot about this cult. So the lore continuity there if you want that. I will return to Fortune Shore and report to Master Daggerbone. I'll be sure to mention what an integral part you played. Oh yay, unlock a new wardrobe, which is probably going to look crappy. Almost all the cosmetic drops for me looked crappy. I don't care about that, but I'll have to take it anyway. This quest was worth 11,000 XP, almost 12k. Was it worth it? I don't know. Okay, let's move on down here and turn this in. Oh, we got Moin Jamoin in chat. What up, Moin? I'm gonna call you MJM. He says, it is sad that the server is just for 1 year at best. Destroys my motivation. That's a really good point, and a point that a lot of players have told me about Rift Prime, especially when I put out that video on my YouTube channel back in February about, you know, are you going to pay for Rift Prime? At the very beginning, everybody's understanding was that the Prime server was a permanent server. It was going to be separate from the live version, but on the same thing, you know? But then they announced that it was going to be a limited time server, which then kind of killed a lot of the hype or excitement for some of the players out there, because why would you spend all these months of subscription money on a server that in the end is going to die anyway? That's a really good discussion, and one that I want to have on a separate video, because there's so many points, pros and cons about having limited time progression servers. And it also comes down to the type of game, the type of developers, the studios, the payment model. A good example will be Age of Conan Saga of Zav server. Now, Age of Conan has been around also for a pretty long time. I think it was really launched in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. And their Saga of Zav server ran from January to May. So their limited time fresh progression server ends next month. And what happens is, once the server dies, all the characters that you leveled on this Saga server is going to be transferred over to the live version, the Crom servers. And there's like limited time progression rewards, achievements, milestones, and all this cool stuff that you can only get on the Saga of Zav server that you can then bring to the live version of the game. Now, a lot of people said, shit, only 5 months? What's the point? The point is, it was free. Saga of Zav was a free limited time fresh progression server where it had the same effect that Rift had. So many more players came back. I was in a guild that had 500 players. I am not joking. You can go watch one of my early streams for Age of Conan where I had a look at the guild. 500 players in one guild back in the Saga of Zath. So there are merits to that, and the fact that it was a free server as well, considering that Age of Conan is a free MMO. It's different, you know. With the Prime servers here, you pay a premium to play, but there's other factors and nuances that Tryon has made as well. Like a lot of people, somebody told me that the reason the Prime server exists and the reason you're paying a premium for it is because it's costly for Tryon to fix the game. It's costly for them to undo the damage that they did with Rift Life, and therefore Prime is like, fine, you want a version of the game that you've always wanted, you're gonna have to pay for it. So some people are approaching it from that aspect, and it's not a positive aspect for people like that, because they think that this server is just to fix the problems, or this version of the game was what Rift was supposed to be, and it sucks that we have to pay a sub and it's only gonna be around for a year. You know, so many different angles to approach this discussion. I could sit here for hours to just talk about that. Then, you know, ArcH has their own WoW classics coming, so a lot of different factors and reasoning, but the one constant is it's all banking on nostalgia to bring players back. It's a great marketing tool. It's great hype, great for revenue if they charge stuff. Some, like Saga of Zath, may be a free server, but it still had a cash op. It still had things that you could buy. So you can only imagine, you know, people who love the idea that, okay, they give this to me for free. I'm just going to tip the developers and give them some money back. Totally viable. It's a totally viable way to make some revenue there. But I do see your concern, MGM, about it being 1 year. Even for me, like I said, you know, when I jump into MMOs, it's at my own expense, my own time that I sacrifice, my own money that I sacrifice, and I'm more interested in having that experience to share with, you know, all you guys here on YouTube and on Twitch and whatever. So I don't regret paying for something that I know is going to go away, because at least I got the opportunity to experience it and share my thoughts, you know, that kind of thing. But for other people, it may be a harder sell because of that. As for what happens when Prime ends, I do not know. Are they gonna transfer our characters over to the live version? Is that gonna be a thing? Nobody knows at this point. I don't know. I hope so, because otherwise, you know, all like this cool mount and everything and all my gear that I earn here in Prime, if it doesn't go to live when Prime closes, then that's it kind of feels like another MMO just got shut down, you know, and I'm losing everything with it. So we'll see. Okay, power supply. I can't believe it's all over after spending so much time trying to find out what needed to be done. I feel like a huge burden has been lifted. I can't thank you enough. Couldn't have succeeded without you. You're welcome. Okay, the next part of the quest, the Lee of the Stone. I'm not sure what I'll do now. I may have gotten my revenge, but nothing could have ever bring nothing could ever bring back my crew. I suppose I'll return to Fortune Shore and see what work I can find. One last favor to ask, if you are willing, an old friend of mine has been hunting some cultists of his own. This zone is all about cultists. The Storm Legion isn't the only dragon cult threatening Shimmer Sand. So let's go talk to Jamal Fanza at the Wind Fury post. And let me just check.
Best of luck.
Level check real quick. Is it 49? It's still 48, so I am on level. So this should be right up my alley. It's just across there. And as usual, I'm going to throw in some PvP. I've still got one wind charge left for a chance to get some gear. So I'm going to use it. Never pass an opportunity to do some war fronts for the extra XP, especially when it's on the weekend. Where queues are popping pretty easier. Alrighty, more quests. This is better now. Now that I'm like 48, like I said, I have two options. I can either finish up Shimmer Sand here, or I could go back to Stillmore, way up in the northwest, and do my quests up there. So I've got now two different zones that I can quest in. So if like I said, when you get to this point and you really get bored or burned out of running dungeons and PvP, throw in the little landscape quest. Even though it's tedious, even though maybe your soul or your build or your gear isn't good, try and do them. Try and make use of the community, and you know, you'll get by. I mean, there's so many people that's hit level 50 already. If they can do it, so can you. I'll just say that. That was more of a self-motivation thing, really. If they can do it, so can you. Alright, let's turn this in.
Do me honor.
Who are you? How did you find us? As I'm told, that old wharf rat, he remembered me. I'm surprised he didn't come himself, but I suppose he has enough of his own problems. I assume he sent you to help with the mine, another mine. Yeah, I think I've been in a couple of mines in this zone alone. The Golden Maw, which is another of those dragon cult things, make the Storm Legion look like boggling children. And you know, just look at the journey, like from the story way back in the first zone and everything. A lot of these antagonists, you know, like I said, Rift is all about opening up planes to a different world or planet or universe or dimension, I can't remember. And then you've got all these other little antagonists or elements. So from what I've seen, there's like there's different forces, right? You got air rifts, depths rift, water rifts, life rifts. So the big baddies for those different elements are dragons. So you got the water dragon, the life dragon, the earth and wind dragon. It just reminds me of Guild Wars 2 a little bit, because Guild Wars 2 has those different dragons as well. So I'm like, I can see some similarities there. Okay, let's go talk to somebody in the mine. Kill Golden Maw operatives at the Scout Ledge North. Okay, this is 11,000, so XP is pretty consistent here, so doing this in addition to jumping into all those PvP and dungeons is going to help you. Hey, I just picked this up. It gave me the same quest twice, that's odd. Okay, he wants you to collect Golden Maw communiques from Golden Maw recruits at the Oasis. That's a word I have not used since my days in public relations. That just brought back so many memories. I had a client who was all about fancy words. And in public relations, when you're trying to get your message across to the wider media, especially when your target audience isn't well versed in the subject matter, you try and use layman terms. Try and use more humanized tone and a humanized message to try and get people to understand the basic meaning of a certain topic or subject. But this client was all about fancy words, and the press release had to have this, bombastic words and everything. And I'm like, this is never going to work. Of course, she ignored me because apparently I wasn't senior enough to give counsel. So screw that. Alright, let's collect some stuff here. What else we got? Garam, the architect, wanted to kill volcanic flames and collect an etched sourcestone core from the ancient volcanic monitor in the charred chasm. Okay. Oh, 16,000 for that quest? That one was 16,000 XP. Where was that? Recovery effort. Alright, this is level 49 now. And you might think, okay, at 40 plus, even though it's one level difference, it's not gonna matter. I can do it. Oh, one level matters a lot, my friends. I tell you, you will get hit a lot more as a 48 doing a 49, and it's a group quest as well. I just saw that. Okay, so it's for 3 players. That's why it's pretty high. I'm just gonna keep it in my quest log in the event I can get some guildies here.
Are you ready?
Okay, training to obey. Alice River wants to kill snapmouth basilisks in the Oasis. Okay, 8 basilisks. What else?
Good luck. Always a pleasure.
Collect spyglasses 7. Okay.
Strike when the iron
I'm not sure how many of you watched my Wildstar stream that I imported over from Twitch, you know, when I was talking about questing objectives and everything, and how, you know, just by, through the illusion of words, you know, just getting rid of that objective where it says you need to kill 10, you need to kill 4, you need to kill 8, because me just looking at that, I'm like, I don't care, I'll just do it for the sake of doing it, but totally, it just feels like a chore, you know? But classic MMOs, you have to deal with that. Yeah, this is the longest time tonight that the Warfront has not popped. It has been 4 minutes in queue. Okay, before I start my killing spree, let me just check in chat real quick. I see it moving along. Marcus says, I have always been happy to pay for the sub fee for a good game, and for me, the free-to-play in Rift completely ruined it for me. But I'm still not going to play on the Prime. Waste of time. As long as they are not permanent. I hear you, Marcus. Thanks for sharing your thoughts, man. MJM also says exactly my thoughts. If I have to, I would pay the $20 for a sub if the game is nice and all, but it would be nice to know what is happening at the end with our characters. Yeah, I hope the characters port over. As I get more information, if I find something out, I'll probably make a video about that just to make sure it's a PSA that people know what they're paying for or what they're investing in. Are they going to be investing in a character that... You know, that's the thing. I've been thinking, if the Prime server should give us something more. It should give us some real tangible rewards that players on the free server, on the free version of the game, would never achieve, would never get. But right now, as it stands, whatever we're getting on the Prime server is basically the same thing on the live server. The tweaks to the XP is different, the difficulty is harder, and the focus on the community and all that stuff. But when it comes to actually rewarding Prime players for playing on a server, the way Age of Conan did, you know, by giving them exclusive items on the Saga server that you can only achieve for completing deeds and achievements here. I think Prime has some of that in the form of challenges, if I'm not mistaken. Every month or something, they'll give you a couple of Prime server challenges with cool titles and stuff. Not enough, if you ask me. I think not enough. There has to be something tangible that we can really take back or have with us account-wide for playing on Prime. That's just my opinion. I'm gonna throw it out there. Okay, Basilisk has about 17,000 health, so mobs are getting a higher health pool. And by this point, I think the game expects you to have done a couple of, plenty of dungeons to get all your upgraded gear to be able to take on the increased difficulty in mobs and everything. Okay, that's one down. Ooh, what did I get? Savant's Robe of the Mythical. That's for a mage. Yeah, I'll never wear that. Oh, it's that same warrior. He's on the same questing path as I am. He's on this. That's nice. But he's probably miles ahead now. So with one-on-one mobs, there's no need for me to put down my beacon. I can pretty much take care of myself. It's just that after combat, yeah, out of combat, health regen is going to be a thing, you know, so you can't really chain pull as a defiler. Different from the live version though, because I do have a cleric on the live version of the game that I've done this with, and OOC health regen is super quick, so you can just chain pull all these mobs. Not really a thing here in Prime, at least on the class that I'm playing. Of course, you can eat food, you can drink your drinks, and what else? You can... I should probably buff myself with all these scrolls that I've got. Look, I've got Scroll of Wisdom and all these stuff that you do pick up from landscape mobs, which are kind of helpful. Only until you die, and then it's gone, and you're gonna put them on. Then again, it's only taking up bag space, so I may as well just put on all these scrolls that I'm never gonna use anyway. Oh, what was that? A little stutter there. Still no Warfronts. Man, what happened? It should be... I guess the Oceanic folks are off to bed, and the European folks are getting ready for dinner, I think. And we should see a more active crowd after. Oh, do I want to do a dungeon? You know, because I'm kind of streaming the entire dungeon experience, you know, of just doing it for a long period of time. And oh, thank God. Okay, let me just kill off this guy real quick. Please, 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 to the god of PvP, anything but Whitefall. Anything but Whitefall. Anything but Whitefall. And the god of PvP hates me. Okay, I'm gonna go heals for this one. 2 healers in this group should be decent. Okay. Whitefall is about crystal shards appearing in the middle of the map, picking them up, and then caching them in at your base. What people do is usually try and stay alive until all 3 crystal shards have appeared, pick them up, go back at the same time, and cache them in together. The first faction to hit 3 in their base wins. So, this, like I said, this is one of those heal fests which group can out heal the other and stay alive and keep the other group from getting any of those shards. This is one of the most boring PvP maps ever because of the meta. The meta has changed, you know, with the whole heal stacking thing. And I'm a part of the problem now because I just went heals, but you would do that to win. You absolutely would. Doesn't matter though, I'm here for the XP. That's the truth. I'm really here for the XP. Even though whenever I queue for PvP, part of me wants to be competitive, part of me wants to, you know, I'm gonna do this for the win. I'm gonna take the W and try and be the best player on the map. You can't do that here. It's just not possible. Balance in Warfronts is a joke. So I'm gonna take whatever I learned in my dungeon runs with my guild to apply that here. Okay, let's start off with some dots. Okay, unfortunately, we're nowhere near the shard. Our group is not at the right spots. Okay, somebody has to go and pick up that shard. If nobody does, I will. See, the problem is they're pushing us so far back.
Blitz.
Well, I got it. So now the key for me is to stay alive. If I don't drop the flag, and if I get the other healer to focus on me and keep myself alive, I will be fine. So I'm just hanging around here waiting for the another shard to appear. Should I cash this in or not? I think I could take care of myself here because I'm not being focus fired, or they know that they can't heal me just yet. So, oh no, a little Bran hanging there. Shit, I was too late. Okay, we just lost one guy, so that's gonna make it harder now. So I was focused on healing myself when I should, as a healer, try and save the group as well. That's what I should have done. But now I have a ton of people on me, and I'm just gonna go muck around a little bit. I have like an army of skeletons just following me. Haha. This is Sentinel healing, y'all. In Warfronts. Okay, I'm going back to my group. And I still have a bunch of people following me around. How's the rest of the group doing? Warray could use a big heal. I'm gonna give it to him. I'm just gonna stand here and heal. This is why I hate this map, you know, because of this healing meta, honest to God. Whoever can stack heals, whoever can hold the flag. And the flag spawns like every couple of minutes or whatever. 5 minutes, actually. So I just saved Jiva there. I blew a really important cooldown, but they're focus firing him for some reason, and there's not a whole lot I can do about that, so let's hope he survives. But see what they've done, if they have succeeded in making us get away from the middle part of the map, which is where those flags will spawn. Oh boy, okay, this is a good time to use my mana regen. And this one is all about spamming skills, so I get my mana back. So these guys are camping the middle because there's going to be another flag that's going to be popping up in about 40 seconds. So it could be the one on the left. It could be a left side flag. The thing is, I've already picked one up. And the reason I'm not cashing it in is because the enemy has a chance to go back to my base and steal it from me. So here we are pushing them back, kinda. Ware needs some heals. I can save him right there. Hang in there, Ware. I got you, brother. So let's put a shield on Ware. Let's focus him. Focus, focus, focus. Come on. I've already used my big heal, so not a whole lot I can do here. So Crucial Invocation is one of my biggest Sentinel skills, but it's not doing a whole lot of damage here. I mean heals. Oh, they've got a flag. Oh shit, they took the flag, and I was so focused on Ware. So it's one apiece, y'all. That's how it is. So as long as we hold the middle now, let's hold the middle. Let's wait for the third flag to spawn. Well, we're all pushing, so screw it. If this was my guild group, I'd have some communication here, but no such thing. Sorry, chat. I'd usually be talkative, but you know, PvP, competitive. I will check chat after. Ooh, I'm standing in some crap. See poison everywhere. So I'm not sure why we're actually fighting up here. This is a bad spot to fight, you know, because their res is right up there. So I wouldn't recommend this unless, of course, we're kind of waiting for the enemy to cash in on their flag. I don't know. But any moment now, I have a risk of dying. And if I drop the flag... So it's one apiece. Honest to God, let's just go wait there at the back and then blitz the second flag. And we should be good to go. What are we doing? Guys, really? Honest to God.
Killing spree.
We're right in your base now. I don't even know who to heal. It's like nobody... Okay, I'm standing in some nonsense. Let's get out of that. Who needs heals? Ichiko needs heals. Alright, Ichiko, I got you. The thing is, if I drop in their base... Oh, okay, we've got 2 flags now. Now I gotta keep myself alive, which I'm sure I can do. Let's cleanse myself right there. I have a lot of self-cleansing stuff. Yeah, whatever I learned from my dungeon run this morning in terms of how to make use of my cleric healing skills is really helping out. But chase me all you want. I'm currently now stunned. So I'm gonna have to... I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Honest to God. I'm getting focused fire a lot here. Where's the other healer? Okay, chain stuns is the smart thing to do. If you want to kill me, you're gonna have to chain stun me. And That's your best bet. Let's keep moving. Let's make it hard for them. Again, I am the flag bearer. There's 6 minutes to go. I need to go and at least try and cash in my flag. Come on, man, stay alive. I'm talking to myself, of course. If I can stay alive, I can do a lot of good here. I just need the rest of my team to start killing mobs. I mean, killing these guys around me. What happened to our second flag? Somebody pick it up. Oh, I'm about to go down. Big heal. I just had to burn one of my cooldowns here. This is why PvP sucks, honestly. Honest to God. Especially Whitefall. This map is absolute bullshit, man. But we are dropping like flies, and I'm just running around in circles because... I don't know. I don't even know why. How many do I have on me? And the rest of my team aren't really interested in helping me out. So, flag's dropped. It's right there. I just need the rest of my team to pick it up. So I held onto the flag for what? 10 minutes on my own. So it's all in our base now. We just need somebody to pick it up and cash it in. I have it again. And I don't want to cash it in until the very last second. I just want to know, do we have another flag in the vicinity? Because we got 5 minutes to go. I just need to hold the flag in my area, in my base. And when the time is right, I will cash it in. So that's 1 point for my team. So what they're doing now is they're probably going and running and trying to cash it in theirs. So let me just type in Warfront. Get another... Oh god, I can't even see my in-game chat. So Warfront. Get another shard. Because if they have 2, we're screwed. See, I want to push, but I don't want to push because I have the flag. So I'm going to go and cash this in, and then I'll go and chase because I don't know what my group is doing. But usually, if I have the flag, I would stay in my area, wait till the timer goes down, cash in my flag, and by then, half of my group would have gotten a second flag, and, you know, once I cash it in. But now, because I don't know what's happening up there, and I... Shit. Now we're dead. I had to cash it in. I had to. What I've seen people do is wait till the very end, but I don't know how many flags they've got. I think they've got 2. That means if they go cash it in now, we're gonna lose. So back to the front line I go. Let's try and pick up another flag and bring it home, and hope that nobody sabotages us because this is just a stupid design. Honest to God, with the whole meta and everything. So I think it's 1 apiece now. I could be wrong. But now that I've cashed in, I've kind of made them a little interested now. Three minutes remaining. We have 1 flag. They probably have another 2, maybe. So are they stalling us, or... I need to know. They've got 2. They've got 2. We gotta go. We have got to go chase them. We need to push. We absolutely need to push. So I'm moving forward, trying to take the attention of my other teammates so that we can make it to their base. They haven't cashed it in, have they? No. Okay, these guys are the 2 guys that are carrying the flag, so... Gosh. Come on, guys, push. I'm the healer and I'm pushing. That's kind of stupid. I should be back here healing my team. We're gonna lose at this rate, you know. Of course, you know, we can try and prevent them from cashing in, but I'm about to go down. We're about to go down. I will not go down easily. 2 minutes remaining. I don't understand why they're not cashing in, because we are obviously not pushing, so I don't know what the hell we are doing. But if they go cash it in now, we don't have the coordination because no one's pushing. No one's pushing. Push. Never mind me. I'm just trying to. I'm distraction, honestly. Push.
Killing spree.
Yes. 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 Oh, fuck you. No, you're not picking that up. I am picking that up. It disappeared. Oh, we got two. We got two. It's for somehow there's two on our base, and okay, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive. I can do this. I can do this. Okay, let's drop some heals. 50 seconds remaining. There's two in our base right now. So War is heading back. I guess the safest thing for us to do is to go back and make sure that that no one's in our base trying to sabotage that 2 flags. 40 seconds. Oh man, give me the L. I think for what I've contributed to this match, I think I deserve an L. I mean a W. What the hell? L's a loss. 30. Oh, they stole 1. You have got to be shitting me. Okay, so they've got 3 people on flags and 20 seconds to cash in. Shit, if they cash in 2, it's over. Okay, somebody dropped the flag there. Oh, thank God. We win. Oh, these guys got him here. This was a hard-fought win. This was a hard-fought win. I hate this map. I hate the objectives, and I hate the meta. And you can see how broken it is if other people on the other team don't have healers or don't want to play as healers. You can see how that just kind of screws out one end, you know. Jiva for the most kills got the most favor in here. I'm not far behind at 1786. Oh, that took a toll. That definitely took a toll. I don't even think I did the most healing in here. No, it was Wari, and Wari wasn't even in a healing spec, and he's a cleric just like me. But a win is a win. Let's go out and see how much XP that win was worth. Okay, checking in chat real quick. Ah! This is a bad habit. Jumping into war fronts and dungeons in the middle of nowhere. And then when you're in a healing build and you come out, you can't exactly kill them because it's a healing build. So let's go back. Okay, checking in chat real quick. ggmyster says to keep your quests relevant and you get the best XP, you should try and quest within 2 levels of the level requirement IMO. Yep, generally good advice, especially when you're new to the game and you're leveling up to like 40 plus. But at like 47 onwards, that level gap becomes more significant and you really start to feel the pain, even if you're a level behind. So just keep that in mind. He also says you can chain pull stuff by refreshing the beacon. That is true. Unless the beacon is being smashed by like 3 or 4 different mobs, then you will feel the pain as well. Jusmel says, haha, Whitefall. Yeah, I was praying so hard for... Because I hate Whitefall, you know. Healing Whitefall, it's more about... Like, I know that for me to have a chance to be on a winning team, I have to go healer. Because I know, I've been on the losing end of so many matches. Look at my PvP stats. Look at the amount of matches I've lost. It's more than what I've won. And in those matches I lost, even though, you know, it was not personal or anything, you watch and you learn how people do things, and you learn what works and what doesn't work from enemy healers, from enemy clerics. What are they doing better than you? What are they doing to help, you know, give your team a chance? And I picked up a lot of that because of all the, what is that, 50 plus matches? So I've jumped into 50 plus matches in my month of prime leveling, and you know, I've seen a lot, learned a lot, used that and applied it, and yeah. ggmyster says, I've done 0 dungeons and 0 PvP so far, but saving it till level 40. Yeah. He says, have you done Port Scion? No, Port Scion, it's not out here. It's not out yet. Like, you can see that there's only 4 maps, so... Hey, wait a minute. What happened to the library? There used to be there used to be 4 maps, including the library, but they took it away. So there's only 3 maps now: the Codex, Whitefall, and the Black Garden. What the hell happened to the library? That's odd. So 1 map's currently missing. And Port Scion, I think it's on the live version of the game, but it's not in here yet. So I don't know if that unlocks at level 50 or whatever. I'm not sure. But no, I've not done it. So you said you enjoyed that a lot. Okay, that interests me. So I may have to keep a lookout for that. We got Lord Midichlorian in chat. He says, hello there. Hello, Lord Midichlorian. Sorry if I'm getting to your chat late, mate. I just had to finish up a PvP match. And it's hard for me to read stream chat during a PvP match. He says, I've been playing a little. At level 17, the higher character looked better into the trees. While it's a nice idea, I find the first bunch of points, at least, skills are copies. Oh, that's an interesting thought. He also says, does that mount give you any speed bonus? It feels like you're moving at walking speed. It's probably because of the size of the mount and the strides that it takes, but I can assure you this is definitely 90%, because I did buy, like if I show you my mounts, I do have a 90% mount speed, which is this guy, Nimble. Now, I'm not sure if this one actually takes up the 90% speed or not. I hope it does. See, this mount matches the speed of your fastest mount. So my fastest mount is 90% up here. So let me just use that one and see if there's a difference. But that mount, apparently it matches. So I'm going to assume it's 90%. Yeah, it's the same speed. It's just that the size and the scale and everything is just way different, but it moves the same if you look at the sand. So I'm turning my mount sideways because this is the best way to gauge if your speed is the same or not. Just turn your mount sideways and look at how fast the background goes. That's how I measure it. ggmyster says, what I do when I fight 3 mobs with a beacon out is only dot 1 up or 2 of the mobs. Then when 2 are dead, I refresh the beacon and start regain aggro, so new on beacon. Yeah. I mean, everybody has a different way on how to fight mobs with the beacon. Like, I just do a bunch of things that is kind of like engraved in my brain. It's hard for me to explain it, but when I do it, there's a method to the madness, because with Defiler, there's so many things that you need to remember and refresh and everything. And it takes a while to get used to the rotations, and I do have a lot of macros set up for my Defiler, which is all in here. So that kind of helps as well. And when you rely on macros, you sort of kind of get to relax a little bit and ignore the heavy reliance on manually using stuff. But I still do that anyway, because I like keeping my brain active. This is going to sound terrible again, but you know, there's something about macros that just makes me fall asleep. Like, I just doze off because it's so boring, right? You're just hitting one button, and then you wait for the next skill. MMOs I play or used to play were all about active skills and knowing what to press and being reactive in terms of reacting to combat situations and all that. I love that part of MMOs, but by having macros, especially the one for the leveling build that I have, the one with the pet fairy, my shaman and druid, oh, I just snooze off, man, because it's just like I could watch Netflix here and just hit the 2 button while I'm out questing. At least that was what it was for me at the level 30 areas. Lord Midichlorian says live version, free to play is what I play. Oh, okay, so you're playing on the live version of Rift at the moment. Hey, so what is the population like? I mean, I have a cleric on the live version, which is level 46, I think. And from what I see and when I log in, it's not prime time, US time. It's usually my time for prime. And I see a lot of people in chat, a lot of people talking, lots of guild recruitments. What's your experience of the live version, and which server or which shard are you playing on? Not that shard matters anyway, because you get to talk to people from all the other Rift shards, and this is the live version, not the prime version. So back to Defiler. Actually, let's go back to leveling. I'll show you. Okay, let's bring out the fairy healer. So this is the 1 button macro that I have. This is the resounding blow macro that I have. Just keep an eye out. It's called DPS dude. That's the name of my macro there. Oh, you can't see it, can you? Because it's blocked by my UI. Okay, never mind. I'll show you from the macro. This is DPS 2, and this are the macros for the current soul that I have. So these are all the stuff that I will cast by hitting this 1 button, and I have it in my number 2 slot. So I usually start the fight with a couple of pre-damage buff skills, and then I'm just hitting my number 2 button. Or even better, best way to show that to you is actually here. Hang on. Let me go wireless. Right, for those of you that are of the newer generation of MMO players, you can set a macro so that when you hit your number 2 skill, which is what I'm doing now, I'm hands-free, but my mouse has the thumb grip, so all I'm doing is hitting my number 2 where my macro's at, and I'm casting everything in order. So on days when you want to just watch some Netflix or YouTube or stream something, set up a macro for a tanky type build and then just go level on Rift. that's one way to do it. I mean, it's really handy when it comes to stuff like that, especially when you're having an off day and you just want to chill out and you know. So this guy has got some awesome loot. I mean gear. I mean, look at that. He looks amazing. And he is a Bahmi, which is one of those, I wouldn't say orc races, but they remind me of kind of like orcs. But I haven't really seen playable, no, there is no orc race that's playable on Rift anyway, so. I'm just tagging along. Just whacking stuff. Da-da. Next, I'm gonna pull that one because I can. And now I get to chill and have coffee in one hand. One more basilisks. Are these? Oh yeah, these are quest objectives too. Great. So it's nice that I can piggyback off other players and just, you know, contribute. You help me, I help you. You rub my back, I rub yours, kind of thing. Care to team up? Not at all. Okay. Bit of friendly community there. He's 47, I'm 48. So between the two of us, I mean, if I go back to Defiler now, I think we can burn mobs pretty quick. I may just do that. But now I want to spend some more time in my leveling build, so I know what other skills I can move around in my macro and everything. Okay, this guy isn't really a quest objective, but you know what? We'll just kill it for the XP anyway. Ooh, what's happening here? Oh, my fairy pet has picked that one up, so I'm just gonna take aggro away. Yeah, this build is what I'm gonna use when I need to talk to you guys in stream chat, because as long as I don't pull too many, I can, you know, just hit my macros and look at it stream chat. So this is what I probably will use. But this is absolutely, this build, Druid and Shaman, is not viable for dungeons at all. Don't do it in dungeons, folks. Okay, let's check in on chat. ggmyster says, a lot of the folks in our guild I played with back in 2013 on live. Wow, that's awesome. I mean, Reverence Oceanic, the guild that we are currently in, ggmyster and I, it is the only Oceanic guild in Prime, right? And the fact that there's no Oceanic server as compared to the live version, which has Lathes. Lathes, I think, is the Oceanic server in live. So that means a lot of the people that you play with are here. So that's pretty cool. Lord Midichlorian says, I play on the European server. I usually don't make long sessions, but I always cross paths with someone. In my human paladin, I did to level 20 in the free version of WoW. I see far less players. I'm trying to remember back to the days of when I was leveling as a level 20 in World of Warcraft. That was what, December last year? I can't really remember population, but I do have to think, you know, that I think a majority of the WoW player boosts are at endgame, but then again, I don't know. I see your point though. I mean, early levels to mid levels are usually like, I don't think I've run across many players out on the landscape in Warcraft. Not until 735. 735 was a game changer. I saw a lot more people on 735 when the scaling patch happened. He also says, but I don't know what's the server I have my characters there. He also says, I agree with the macros. I suspect macros are done with the think of make repetitive clicks lazier, when I think they'd be more interesting if choosing macro involves predicting. I mean, different strokes for different folks. I'm not saying that, you know, it's a completely negative thing. There's a reason why. And like I said, if I was playing Rift since the beginning, I probably have a greater understanding of a lot of the fight mechanics and in dungeons and in raids and how macros help with certain situations. To me, when I see what it does, it definitely helps people that have problems, you know, playing the game, or if you have difficulty, arm pain, shoulder pain, stuff like that. I mean, these macros are fantastic for letting players play the game. Oh, what was that? Hang on, let me just check my phone real quick. That's a pretty loud buzz. Oh shit, it's Arsenal versus Manchester United tonight. I totally forgot. This is one of the biggest games in the football season, at least for me. I'm an Arsenal fan and supporter, and our manager is leaving at the end of the season, so this is the very last time that Arsenal, under Arsene Wenger, is going to be taking on Manchester United. So I am missing the game. I am missing the match. This is a huge match. Shit. My friend just messaged me. He's like, here we go, one last time. I'm like, oh no, I'm missing my football match. The things I do for my YouTube channel, right? Let's stream some MMO. Let's get this done. I'm gonna pass. I'll let you have that. Okay, honestly, I was done killing crocodiles like a few minutes ago. I need more cultists. There we go. But I don't mind killing the extra, really, for the XP, because I have a lot of rested XP left. I'm not sure if you can see my XP bar, but it's in green right now, and that simply means I'm still under rested XP. So, yeah, why not kill some mobs? Okay, going down chat. Lord Midichlorian says, as in you don't have one clear defined rotation, but they are different with very different functions and outcomes, deciding it with the first click. Gotcha, I see. Boopy says, well. What up, Boopy? He says, pretty stupid that I get the notification that you started streaming pretty late. See, I don't know why YouTube does this. Like, some people will get the notification that I am now live, so, you know, it's an instant thing. But some people will get it like half an hour or later than that. So I don't know why YouTube does that. I don't know how that works. So sorry, Boopy. ggmyster says, if you let the fairy healer pet take aggro, can let her tank 2 mobs while you DPS a third. I didn't put a lot of points into my fairy healer, unfortunately, because I spent that something else. But I'll look into that. I would like my fairy healer to do a lot more heavy lifting with aggro, so that I can focus on other things. So good tip there, ggmyster. Boopy says to ggmyster, you seem to play like every MMO and know so much about each one. He says, yeah, I play a lot of the ones he's reviewing. And says only play MMOs. Boopy says, GRM Adrian, football reviews. I thought about that. I thought about starting a channel where, you know, I could talk about football, the football matches for my club and everything, but I have no time. I really don't have time. With the amount of things I juggle on a daily basis, it's just, I can't. I thought about a second YouTube channel. I thought about collaborating with one of my other MMO friends to make a collaborative MMO channel, and time. It's all time. Lord Midichlorian says, yes, I'm not against macros, simply find using them uninteresting. Yeah, that's what I'll agree with. But again, there are people out there that will find it super useful in comparison to us. Like for me, like I said, you know, for me, the more interesting MMOs when it comes to combat and dungeons and PvP is utilizing all the skills at your disposal by reacting to different situations that other players put you in. You know, that's what gets my adrenaline pumping. That's what makes me competitive. Boopy says, cool, don't have enough time to play MMOs at the moment, sadly. So what, did you stop playing Lotra, Boopy? Have you stopped playing Lotro? Or have you done any of the festival stuff? Because last I heard from you, you were playing Lotro, weren't you? I'm gonna take the lead with this one and just pull this mob in. Okay, I am done. I'm gonna leave group now. I hate turning people down, but I got to. Oh, you know what? I'll be a nice guy. I'll just follow him around. It's like I get to talk to you guys and chat more. I'm so nice. I don't know how to say no. I really don't know how to say no. I want to say no because I wanted to keep for another Warfront. But you know what? Since somebody else helped me earlier today, I'm going to help someone else today. It's the nice thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Golden Maw Operator. Oh, actually, I have a quest for this. Yeah, I have a quest for this. Silly me. So it turned out well in the end. Okay, so since I'm macroing, let's check in the chat. We got Wiga in chat. Good morning, Wiga. Wiga says, why do you like an English football team? No home team? Malaysian football. This is where I have to be really careful as a born and raised here in Malaysia person. Malaysian football is not for me. Supporting an English football club has been in a lot of our family's generations for a long time, because way back, you guys in the West, I'm not sure how many you are from the UK, but if you know your history, we were colonized by the British for a long time, and we only gained our independence in 1950s. So we, as a country, we've got a lot of British influences over the years, you know, the railroad, this and that, and a couple of heritage stuff. You look at the architecture of our, some of the places, some of the buildings, some of our towns and cities are named after English people. James Brooke in Borneo, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And for me supporting this club, it was passed down to me by my grandfather, who, when he was working on the railroad, I think, one of his supervisors, who was from the UK, from North London, was an Arsenal fan. So he brought that to my grandfather and whatever, and they would listen to football matches on the radio here. You know, of commentary, live match or whatever. Either live or delay, I don't know. And that's where the DNA of supporting this particular club got passed down from generation to generation. So here I am. I'm a third generation Arsenal supporter in Malaysia. It sounds weird, but that's just how it is. I don't know how to explain it. And a lot of folks in the UK will be like, what the hell do those guys halfway across the world know about football? Football was created in the UK, you know, it's a home of football. The truth is, it's a global sport now, you know. But I know so much about Arsenal as a club that I don't even need to visit like North London to know about the history and stuff. I know everything. Okay, too much football. I may be boring people who don't watch soccer, for those of you in America. This is soccer I'm talking about. Okay. ggmyster says, as far as grind goes, I think Rift is pretty grindy, to be honest. I will not disagree with that. I absolutely will not disagree. ggmyster says, he's a warrior. Help the poor sod. I will. Okay, what do we got? Beasts of the Order. Capture wild griffins. And this is good. Okay, Kate. Okay, he did not read the damn quest. So I'm going to be moving along here, keeping up with this guy. Just for context, for those of you just joining the stream, I don't know this guy. This guy doesn't know me. We just met. We met out there in the world somewhere, and now we're questing together. My healer just got stuck there. Hey, healer, get your ass over here. Come on. Boopy says, yeah, I had to stop playing Lotro for now. I checked out the event, but that's about it. I have too many assignments. I have to make 4 games this semester. Wow. So yeah, I'm not sure if you guys know, but Boopy is actually, what are you studying for? Game design again, right? Game design or level design or something like that? Okay, we have to lure these guys, right? Oh, it must be 50% below health. So I'm not, oh! The horn just sounded, that means we got a map meta coming really soon. Okay, go on, warrior, there we go. So we have now gotten the griffin. Oh, he wants to get all three at once. Smart. Very smart. Okay. Oh, this is good timing. We have a big map event coming soon, so this would be fun. Okay, do your thing, buddy. Or I will, I guess. Okay, there we go. So we got 2 griffins now. Do we turn them in, or do we, I mean, I guess we're in a party. So I've got Landreval, and he's got, oh, what's Landreval's brother's name? Landreval, the 2 great eagles in Lord of the Rings, Landreval and Gwaihir. There we go. So that's Landreval and Gwaihir. Wiga says, I mean, who wasn't colonized by the British? Good point. Very good point. Okay, 50%, and man, I just had a look at my OBS. Wow, my screen is a mess with all my UI elements. Tell me honestly, those of you watching my stream, is it hard to watch me or watch my UI layout because of the way I play my MMOs? Is it hard at all? I mean, I've got the webcam here, chat up here, plate here, add-on here, add-on down here. Gosh. Okay, let's turn this in real quick. Okay, Crystal Cape, I lose spell power, lose wisdom. Yeah, so the first one, I guess the best one. I guess I'll sacrifice some spell power. Okay, that's a definite upgrade to my cloak. I'm just gonna follow this guy around and look for... Oh, there we go. That's a spyglass. Oh, we got somebody hiding in the corner. Now, sometimes, when you're in a party, when you're questioning a party, and you got all these clicky objectives for quests, sometimes it's not shared with the group. So in this case, I'm gonna be the nice guy and say you go first. So you take it. I'll wait for the next round or whatever. So. Well, I didn't need to tell him anything. He just moved forward. And it's no longer shiny. So I'm gonna let him complete that quest first. And I'll do it at a later time, I suppose. Because it takes a while to respawn. That's the shitty part. When it comes to like open tapping, Rift does a great job at being able to spread the credit in terms of your participation. But when it comes to those clicky objects, for some stupid reason, it's not a shared objective. Really, really shit design in that regard, you know. But whatever, man. Unfortunately, the griffin was right beside me, so I'm gonna finish up this golden maul guy. I still need 2 more. Okay, 1 more. Checking in chat. Lord Miniclorin says Blas de Lezo says hi. And Boopy says, to be honest, if you don't play an MMO, it's always confusing. This is true. Like, there's a few MMORPGs that I've covered in the past that are of big named franchises or are big IPs where people who are familiar with the IP, for example, you're familiar with Lord of the Rings, but not necessarily an MMO, that have come to my review of Lotro and have looked at it and said, what the hell am I looking at? Why is it so confusing? You know, the UI. And I had to tell them many times. I explained to them, those are custom UI add-ons, and UI simply means I'm able to customize the various panels and elements in the game and all that. And I was like, wow, it's hard explaining to a non-MMO player some of the MMO stuff that we have, right? But I'll try. Okay, I need one more operative. Don't see him anywhere. Probably as we get near the spyglass, one more will show up. I feel bad about killing griffins, man, because in Guild Wars 2, Griffin is my mount. Guild Wars 2 has a new mount, came out in Path of Fire expansion in September last year, where the Griffin was a hidden achievement mount. Oh, here we go, big map event, Sand Worship, Defend Wardstones, 3 out of 3, and Close Earth Rifts. This is a good opportunity for me to stack up on Planarites, but since we're questing at the moment, I don't want to interrupt that mojo. So I'm done with operatives. Spyglasses is all. I think we're taking turns. I mean, it's nothing has been said between us about who gets the spyglass, but from way back then, it appears like he got one. Then I went and took the other one. So I think that's how we're doing it. I could be wrong. So let's see if he makes a move for this one, or he's gonna let me go. Yeah, he looked at me. So I guess I'm gonna go grab it. So we're kind of trading. You take one, I take one, an unspoken rule, really. I'm watching. This is what MMOs are all about. This reminds me of the early days of MMORPGs. My experience with MMORPGs were, you know, figuring out with a random player as you move along. Who knows? Me and this guy could end up being buddies on the battlefield. We could even be like world beaters in Warfront someday in the future. I don't know. Wishful thinking there. But that's the world of MMOs, isn't it? The people you meet, the memories you make, the experiences you have, the downs, definitely the ups, all the DCs and crashes, and all the pain and anguish when your class gets nerfed or something changes in the game that you absolutely love. Oh, that's an artifact. I'm gonna let him have that one. I'm not that keen on artifact collecting. I think it's a waste of time. Honestly, I don't have time for it. I'm pretty sure the other spyglasses would have respawned. We're charting new territory here. I may pull. I mean, this guy's run speed is way faster. I may pull a griffin or two. Yeah. So we have pulled a couple of griffins. Oh well. Okay, check in chat while I macro this. Too much says if you put the healer pet on passive, it will still spam heals, just not DPS. Mine is mine on passive? I don't even know. Mine's on. It looks like aggressive at the moment. That's what it is. But once I get out of combat, I could just change that real quick. But I think mine is usually being defensive most of the time. I only trigger it. Okay, let's see. Well, it wasn't aggressive actually. That's really alarming. If I've been questing with it as aggressive, that could explain why. Well, I've never actually seen my healer just pull things out of the blue, so. Okay, a couple of spyglasses have respawned. Too much says I use the gadgets player target frames. Usually, I mean, when I click on a target here, for example him, I can already see what he's hitting. So that's quick clicking navigation. Or I can hit Shift F, like, hang on, Shift F. Take a look at the right side of my screen here. When I hit Shift F, that just locks the target here. So this is especially useful for boss fights if you are a healer. Just put that there so you can actually see what he's casting too. Because as a healer, you know, you want to be aware of all those big boss cast insta-kill stuff, and as a healer you then know when should I hide, when should I LOS and all that stuff. So Shift F, just locking the target frame, is really helpful there. Okay. Oh, what's this? It's for warriors. Wow, this guy's getting lucky with his drops. It's all for him. Oh, I was about to change to Defiler, but we're in combat. So part of me really wants to check the score for the match right now. Hang on, let me just... I don't want to tab out on my Rift UI because it will look really crappy. So while this guy is clicking on the glass, I'm gonna go to Filer real quick. Kill stuff faster. Let's go to livescore.com. Please not be loose. Please don't be losing. We're losing. Bummer. Losing 1-0. Ah, whatever. Okay, now back to the stream. I'll probably watch the highlights like after the stream, whatever. That's another hourglass that has been respawned. I'm gonna go kill this guy real quick and then we'll go from there. See the difference between using my leveling build versus using a Defiler? Guy burns way faster. So I guess this is mine. I'll take it then. And I've got, after this, 3 more. But here's a rift. Is this an earth rift? No, this is something else. So there's no point in us closing this particular rift. We don't need this. Pulled aggro. That must annoy him. I'm sorry. Okay, go get your hourglass, I mean spyglass. Elsewhere, there's a lot of people in the zone that are already killing, or getting rid of rifts, so... Okay, I guess this is mine. That's right. Okay, 2 more to go. I wonder if he's already done. I don't know if I can check what his... I can probably see if he's on the same quest, but I can't see if he's completed it. Like other games, you know, you can tell whether someone's completed a particular quest or mission or whatever. Oh wow, where did that come from? Okay, I'm gonna throw down my little beacon here, make it take a little aggro. Help out the warrior, because he's not exactly in a tanky mode right now, so... Okay. I'm just checking with him. Okay, so he's on two more. So it's 4 more glasses. Over here, dude, over here. I told you there's one here. Wow, okay. I guess he wants me to have this one. Great. Nice bloke. He's going straight to my friends list. I have not done that in forever, you know, play an MMO, see someone nice, add them to a friends list. That hasn't happened since my Lord of the Rings Online days, I swear to God. Because I almost always, like I said, play my MMO solo when I do my reviews and everything. This is taking me back old school, y'all. Okay, one there. Ooh, artifact. Well, since I'm here. Okay, it's a level 50 set. Okay, awesome sauce. We're both down to 1-1. So, oh really? That came out of nowhere. These guys are hiding in the sand. I'm just blowing CDs, burn them quick. Couldn't be bothered. But after this series of quests, no more. I'm gonna take a break and jump into a dungeon or something. But I have run all the content that I jump into. I have run with members of this guild. This is Prime Elite. Prime Elite is one of the largest Prime guilds so far. Am I gonna pull through here? I am gonna pull through. Well, I got greedy, and I totally saw the spyglass, and I made a run for it. But in doing so, I kind of pulled two of these guys. These guys are about 17,000 health each, and there goes my bacon. Refreshed it. He's not going after the beacon at all. Okay, they should both drop at the same time. Drop. Drop. Okay, that went well. Now, last spyglass for me, and done. Oh, there's his. All right, let's burn this guy. Okay, off you go. Teamwork. Awesome sauce. Let's head back, turn it in, and I need to tell him that I need to go. I have a hard time with these things, man. I'm not cut out for turning people down or whatever. It's gonna have to take a little break. Thank God. Thanks so much for the group. Yeah, same here. Thank you. So he needs a break, and I need space. Alright. Oh shit, where did I drop into? Right on top here. Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah, so no fall damage for those of you watching you know, Rift Prime gameplay for the first time, whatever. Just no fall damage. What the hell is happening here? Oh, I thought I just saw, like, this person just sitting in the middle here, just chilling out. I'm gonna go back and turn it in. I'll just be nice and say, if you need a cleric for anything, Hit me up? No, this is a cheesy MMO thing, right? You run with a person. Oh, okay. Take care. You too. Me learning how to socialize in an MMO again. Yeah, I was about to say, you know, hey, I'll add you to my friends list. And it's like, what are you, 5? I have forgotten how to be a human being. Or a social human being. Alright. Okay, let's take a break here. I need to catch up with chat, and I need my fix of nicotine. Wiga says, I finally got the Griffin in Guild Wars 2. Congratulations, Wiga. I know you worked hard for that because the Griffin mount costs so much gold and stuff. So I'm really happy you got it. She says they fixed the bug earlier this week. Yeah, apparently there's a bug that prevented Guild Wars 2 players from completing a series of chain quests and deeds that you got to do to get the Griffin mount, but it's now fixed. That's great. ggmyster says, sell the artifacts on AH. Those artifacts that I picked up earlier, like from the different stuff, you can sell them on the auction house. It says, I sold one of the orange ones I found for 14 plat. Wow, a lot of money. Awesome. Boopy says, isn't that the best thing about MMOs, working together with people you don't even know? On a larger scale, from a macro point of view, in terms of why MMOs exist, exactly. I would say that is the case. When it comes down to the individuality of it all, especially for me in terms of what I'm doing here and what I'm doing right now, streaming and showing off gameplay, trying to get my character up there, I don't feel very social. I don't know how to put it, but yeah. ggmyster says, Warrior looks like a warlord paladin, definitely not a paragon as it's low in energy. And I'm all caught up in chat. Awesome. Okay, now where are we at with the zone event? It is 8 more rifts to go, but we've already lost 2 ward stones here. That simply means not a lot of people are in the map right now, or they're just focused on closing rifts. Because sometimes these big objectives, right? You'll see a bunch of these. Defend the ward stones means that from these rifts, enemies will spawn and pop, and they will move to like the different small quest hubs, like over here, for example, or over here, or up here, or anywhere there's a shield. You'll find quest givers in some of these areas as well. The thing is, when these big events happen, it's not all about, okay, let's go close all the rifts, but that's the most popular thing to do because that's the one that's going to give you the most XP, and that's the one that's going to give you the planetite currency that you need. Whereas defending the ward stones isn't as it's not as exciting as following the main big Zerg group going around closing rifts. So this is the dirty job that nobody, at least from my experience, nobody wants to do. So that's why we've already lost 2 ward stones, whereas I still see people closing rifts. So that's one thing about the big map events. Some groups will, you know, do the dirty job, do the dirty work, stay behind and just guard the ward stones. And then when all the rifts are closed, when the main boss spawns or whatever, then together you go kill that. Nick Scry chat says, working tomorrow, potong steam. Potong steam in Malaysian simply means, you know, buzzkill, basically. So work tomorrow, buzzkill, gotta go to bed now. Good night. Good night, Nick. What time is it? 12 in the morning? It is 12 in the morning. I've got to go to work too. But hey, thanks for jumping in. I do appreciate you jumping into the streams, Nick. So have a good night and have a good week. Work week. Yay. But May's coming. May the 1st, Labor Day. And then May 9th is our election day for Malaysia. It's our 14th general election. Big day for the country. Let me just check that real quick. Is that a weekend? Am I streaming? No, it's a Wednesday. Yeah. May 9th, it's a Wednesday. Okay, cool. Alrighty, let's turn these in.
Good to see you.
I assumed that the mall was somehow placating the basilisks with food so they wouldn't attack, but from what you told me, I think it's more than that. Those things have been made into guard dogs. Having basilisks as guard dogs are interesting. These should fetch me some nice coin once I get them back to Fortune Shore. You're not half bad for an outsider. Oh, thank you. Appreciate the compliment.
Whenever you feel like it. I humbly ask for your help.
Okay, watch above. Their bodies are nothing but griffin food now. Griffin food. I'd wager. Griffins eat human beings? Ugh. Not how I like to imagine my griffin. The Guild Wars 2 version of the griffin. I know they're carnivores, but human meat? No. Okay, next one. Well, look what we have here. These aren't just random people the mall has been recruiting. They're the missing traders from Fortune Shore. The cult must have promised them substantial payment for so many to defect like this. Okay, next part. What do we got? I want you to recover the Pilfered Sourstone from the conspicuous crates in the Oasis, east of Leastone Stand. That's going to give me some boots, which, again, terrible as an upgrade. Questing gear is terrible if you've been doing dungeons, because those are definitely way better than whatever you get in landscape. But if you don't do dungeons, then this is the best you're going to get. So I also received Planarite here, 100 Planarite. That's interesting. So this is the first time landscape quests also give you Planarite stuff here. Okay, good. Red Rock has wanted to kill Haroon, the Basilisk Tamer that has been working for the Golden Maw. So sounds like a mini boss fight, and that's about it. 2 more quests to do, and this is level 48. So I've not reached 49 yet. And once I get the level 49 quest over here in Shimmer Sand, I will then make my way over to Stillmore to do these 48 ones. So that's how I've been juggling it, you know, back and forth between the 2 zones, in addition to jumping into the dungeons and PvP warfare and stuff like that. And I'm really starting to feel that it is midnight. Like, I'm getting really, really tired here. And I did stream like at 5 in the morning on Twitch today, so how long have I been streaming? 3 hours. This has been a 3-hour stream. I'm deciding if I should stay or go. Oh man. Oh. Let's do one more Warfront. Let's do Warfront. Let's do Warfront. Okay. Haroon. So these boxes are what the source stones are being kept in. Let's go kill Haroon first. He's way up there. And from the look of the map, I have to climb up those cliffs again. So let's go. So people are still closing the rifts, which is a good sign. And we still haven't lost the last wardstone yet. So somebody, I guess people moved into action when they saw that there's only 1 wardstone left. So may as well defend it. Oh look, right out in the open. Nice. Awesome. With no one guarding it. Oh, this place. So there's gonna be lots of hidden buggers like that you really don't have a choice but to just kill them. Boopy says, I gotta go eat. See everyone, have a good stream. Thanks Boopy for jumping in. I'm probably gonna go really soon too. It's been a long 3-hour stream, and I had to keep my mind fresh tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning I'm jumping into another game for a review for work, and it's called S4 League or something. So I need to get that out of the way. For work I do reviews as well, but I do written reviews more than like video reviews. So that's what I've been up to. Yeah, see you, Boopy. Oh, great. So I need to go somewhere safe if I want to jump in. I do not want to come out here in the middle of nowhere. Alright, this is going to be my last contribution to the stream tonight, you folks. One last Warfront, then I'm off to bed. Or maybe catch the last half of the football match or whatever and then cry myself to sleep. Let's go ahead and jump. Oh, Black Garden, this is good. The match begins in a minute. Do we have a healer? We do not. I'm going heals. Alright, let's try and end the stream with a win for a Warfront. And I have made 600,000 XP in the last 2 hours, maybe? And that's from a couple of dungeon runs. And how many Warfronts did I do this stream? 3? 4? In addition to completing some of those quests that I did. So, yeah. XP grind is real. Winning a Warfront, again, will give you much more XP as compared to losing a Warfront, so... Oh? Somebody put something on the map? I don't know. Well, looks like a 5-on-5. I'm just gonna go in here and just randomly heal stuff. Because I'm the only healer in my group, I'm gonna get focus fired a lot. So okay, here we go. I'm just gonna drop some HOTS in everybody real quick, and I'm gonna hold the center so that when this thing spawns, you know, we get a good shot. Okay, there it is. There it is. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Death wish.
I have got the fang. So what I'm gonna do, the closer you stay to the middle here, the better it is usually, because you get more points. So here come the people that want to take this away from me. So by me standing here, you know, I got a good shot at staying alive usually, but this relic is killing me. But again, what I've noticed is that standing here, I get better ticks, simply because I'm so close to the middle. I think I get more points. It's 6 per tick. So now I'm just spamming my convocation, and I'm about to go down here. So what I can do is take 50% less damage, and just spam. Oh, never mind, I'm dead. But that has gotten my team 94 points because of how close I was to the relic. And now the other person's probably going to do the same thing. He's getting 5 points per tick. If he goes back to his area, he's going to get less points. At least that's what I noticed, so. Now, it's up to the DPS in my group to try and take back the relic. I'm going to do my best to spam some healing. I don't know where this person's going, but never mind. I'm going to go with those that push. So, in this morning's Twitch stream, what they did was they actually went on top of the ledge there. But the problem was, you would actually lose more points. So while they fight, I steal. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Come get it, suckers. Okay, now it's all about keeping me alive with my own heals. Ha 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 ha. Staying alive. Staying alive. Okay, I see somebody coming. Okay, here we go. Heal, heal, heal. I've got a big heal left in me. There we go. I'm stuck right now, but I should be going down anytime now. But the fact of the matter is, I'm near the point, and if my teammates are with me, they can just go pick it up. So come on, Guardians, pick up the thing. I left it in a place where it's safe for you to pick it up. Let's end the stream with a win. Come on. Ah, it's went back to the prison. That means it's in the middle, so now everybody has to fight. And I'm not there to provide some heals, and so let's hope we get it. Go, go, go. No one's picked it up yet. I can see it right here. Yeah, chocolate. I got you, chocolate. I got you, brother. Okay, spammy, spammy, mech spammy. Critical Invocation is my main heal, and I'm almost done with my big full heal cooldown that I can just pump that up whenever I need to. Let's do a little healing invocation. Okay, I'm saving it, saving it, saving it. Anytime now, this is gonna happen. Okay, here we go. Big heal. Yeah, savior. Oh, he's gonna die anyway. Oh boy. Oh. Okay, Chocolate has dropped the fang, but I am here. So what I can do is just pick it up. Except there's a warrior or something here that is of AoE type build. And I'm getting focus fired now because they know that I am a healer and I'm the only healer in my group. And half of my group is kind of dead. So being the only healer now, I need to try and stay alive and try and make sure that these guys do not pick up the relic. So that is my sole purpose right now until the rest of my group kind of respawns. So let's go ahead and try to pick it up. Nope, I'm about to go down myself. Come on, do I have a big heal? I do not have a big heal. I'm gonna go down. Ah, stay alive. Come on, man. Come on. Dead. 2 healers in Black Garden is absolute optimal. The problem is not a lot of people would think of doing that, but I'm as always doing the dirty job for a chance to win, and I've already made my feelings clear about healing in general, especially with the Whitefall match. So Kind of broken at the moment, if you ask me. Go on, Chocolate. So whoever the Sky Drink is probably probably a healer of some sort as well. I don't know. Could be wrong. But he's dropped the symbol. And do we have anybody picking it up? Anybody at all? Pangalos. Who's Pangalos? Pangalos is an enemy over here who is self-healing as well by the looks of things. So it's all about the healers when it comes to the PvP meta. You know, who can stay alive the most, who can help out. And if your team has good DPS, who knows what to interrupt the enemy healers and everything. I mean, I could go on and on and on about Rift's PvP, but so far, honestly, the meta sucks. Because it revolves around 2 or more healers being a team. If you don't have that, you are not going to be efficient at all. I don't like it, but I'm not the one to post on the forums and beg Tryon to do shit. That's not who I am, but I'm here to review a game and, you know. Okay, it's going back to the middle. The problem is, I'm being focus fired. That means I won't be around for that initial spawn back in the middle there. But miraculously, we are winning 262 to 181. But if they pick it up again, then they'll take the advantage because my team doesn't really know how to stick together and push. Well, look at how fast this guy's dropping. I can't even heal through that much. So there goes the relic. And my job, I'm gonna have to put dots in everybody to try and make sure that they don't pick up the damn relic. Here goes Pangalos. Oh man. See, that's the thing. Everybody, DPS wise, if you're a DPS, your job is to try and kill whoever or damage. Whenever you damage people, you interrupt them from picking up the relic. My team is just not interested. They'll just go kill whoever, which kind of sucks. And me, because I've sacrificed myself to go healer and try to keep this group alive, which now I kind of regret doing because these guys deserve to lose the match. They don't know what they're doing. I feel kind of like I wasted the match. I could have gone DPS and do the job that I know is required. But being the only healer in a group like this just really sucks. I'm sacrificing a lot of the fun here. So, because I don't have as much DPS as I would have as a healer. I mean, my skills don't do jack. So they're kind of catching up. There's nothing I can do about it, so I just lost interest in this match. Like, I don't have the motivation to go and spam heals on DPSers that don't know how to push for the relic. Whatever, I'm gonna end the stream in a calm fashion and not let the competitive nature of Warfronts get to me. It's a Sunday night. It's Monday morning now. It's all chill, just relaxed, chill leveling stream. And let's just talk about Rift Prime. I am 58% now into level 49, so I'm really close to level 50. And what are my plans? For those of you guys that are just joining me on stream,
Savior.
I do plan to level up, go and do some expert dungeons in Rift, because that's what people are doing to get ready for raids and stuff, and that's how you're gonna get a lot of the good gear. So I've been learning how to heal as a cleric through people in my guild who've been really helpful, and yeah, I put a lot of the practice, you know, into some of the stuff I do, like PvP as well, and hopefully, I will be able to show off expert dungeons in a future stream as well as the raid, if possible. I don't know, because look, priority-wise, Bless Online, whenever that is, you know, released or whatever, that's what I'm gonna go check out, because it's a new MMO. I've already said that in this morning's stream as well, so that's one of my priorities. Then the Elder Scrolls Online as well. So I'm juggling a lot of games, guys. So if you don't see content for an MMO that you are interested in seeing, and you're wondering where the hell is it, be patient, guys. I've only got 2 hands and certain hours a day. I will try my best to cover as much as possible, but it may take a while, you know. I mean, ooh, Vivi needs a big heal. Okay, thank God. I had mine on off cooldown. So here goes. I'm gonna try and keep Vivi alive. I mean, we still have the lead, not by much, but it's still a lead. I am spamming. I'm just spamming at this point. Where is Vivi? Stay alive, Vivi. Come on, dead. I'm gonna pick it up. I think I've got the best self heals when it comes to So C7, that means I regenerate mana. C7, come on, C7. Crucial invocation. Do I have my big heal? I do not. I do have the 50% damage debuff though. So, and I can use a pot as well. Oh man, somebody just hit me for a shit ton of damage. That's bullshit. But 375, pretty close to the end. Come on guys, pick up the relic. I'll be back in a few seconds. Come on. Good sense to bring back the relic behind that tree though. So it's gone back to its prison, but look at how many people we lost. So that means they're gonna pick up the relic because there's not enough people in the middle covering the relic. So back and forth. There we go. As I predicted. And off he goes. Now we have to push. We absolutely have to push. I'm gonna do my best here to keep everybody alive. I'm debilitated. See, this is what the opposition are doing really, really well. They are keeping me debilitated. They are CCing me as a healer. They know I'm the only healer, and that's a really smart thing to do. Now, we need to pick this up. Keeping it here is a smart thing as well. Okay, it's gone back to the original thing. I'm gonna try and pacify some of these guys if I can find the damn skill. I don't even know where I put it. Okay, Flash of Radiance, pacify. Okay, I'm gonna get focused here because I'm right in the middle. Somebody pick it up, come on. Oh, I was so close to getting it picked up. So I am struggling trying to heal everybody here. Look at the amount of focus fire I have. Holy shit. Debilitated. There's only so long I can stay in the middle, and AoE is just gonna prevent everybody from, you know, picking up the thing. But decent so far. There are lots of back and forth. That's why Black Garden, I think it's quite popular when it comes to PvP matches. I don't know. Anything but Whitefall, honest to God. Anything but Whitefall. So I am a few seconds away from Chocolate, who's about to die. Unless I can heal him. No, I cannot. And let's try and prevent these people from picking things up. I will not let you pick up the relic. You go to hell. Okay, looks like it's going back to its original position. So let's go ahead and... half of my team is either dead or not in the middle, so... not a whole lot I can do, honestly, in this situation, honestly. Because I don't have the DPS, and I'm the... oh man, the focus fire on me is great. Good job, opposite team. You guys really know your shit. 2 minutes remaining. I've just used a big cooldown on myself, and I'm gonna have to try and cleanse all the debuffs on me. So these matches are great for healing practice. Really good for healing practice. Spammy, spammy, spammy. Don't go too far. I can't heal you. Gosh, she's gonna drop it. God damn it. And my health is down too. I can't do anything really. One healer is terrible for Black Garden. 2 healers optimal. 12 seconds. I can't do much. 432. We're just 70 points away. Holy shit. If we lose this match, it'll be hard to swallow, but that's PvP for you. All my buffs are gone. Kind of stupid. Sometimes when you die here in PvP, all your buffs goes missing, and then sometimes, you know, it stays, so I just don't understand that. So, Mivane, get your butt over here, Mivane, where I can heal you. Good. That was awesome. Nice. So, I'm gonna get focus fire straight away. I'm gonna have to use my big heal. Big heal. There we go. Hold it for as long as you can. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Okay, somebody picked it up. We need a big AoE. Everybody AoE. Keep it here. Keep it here. Just keep it here, and we got this. We just need to stay alive for 15 seconds, and we'll win the match. 15 seconds is all we need. So even with one healer, I like to think I did a good job of just, you know, 2 seconds. I think we won. Yeah, we won. Yep. stressful as a healer, honest to God. I could just ignore that shit and be a DPS and then go all out and lose the match. But that extra effort there has just gotten me in terms of XP for the win. Let's see here. 11,000 plus 8,000, so close to 20,000. Yeah, not too bad, I think. Or did we even win? Or was I looking at the stats all wrong? No, we won, yeah. Okay, good. But I got the lowest favor of them all, which is odd. I mean, I picked up the relic twice. I did the most healing. Sure, I didn't do a lot of damage, and I died 10 times because I'm the freaking healer, but I only get 500 favor. Go to hell, Tryon. Honestly, go to hell. I deserve some credit, you know, for the heals and everything, but everybody else in my team, because of, just look at the killing blows, and I don't know what else the contribution does, they get more in favor than me. Because I went healer to try to just balance things up, I get penalized with 400 less favor. God damn it, Tryon, honestly. Alright. I think that's enough for me. The longer I do this, I think the more aggravated I will get. But no, I will say it again. I keep doing it because of the XP. XP gains are kind of crucial. Oh no, the boss has spawned. He is north. Can I make it in time? Run! And I'm in a healing build too. Screw it. He's up there. Come on, don't die yet. Don't die. Wait for me. I just need to tap him once and I'll get credit for the boss kill. And if it's a new boss that oh, it's right here. Sandstone Sultan? Is that it? No, that's not it. Wrong one. Ah. He's dead. I'm too late. Okay, I'm gonna port back to my faction HQ. Well, bummer. I'm so down right now. A bummer to end the stream like that. Alright guys, so let's wrap up. I'm just gonna share some final thoughts here. I am at this point a level and a half away from level 50. This entire day, Sunday, I woke up at 5:30. I did a bunch of dungeon farming with my guild. You know, they were trying to help me get some levels, and I did get to level 58. So at the rate that I'm going, with a mixture of PvP, dungeons, landscape questing, it'll take me another, at this point, estimated 2 more days of 5-hour-a-day sessions for me to get to level 50. That's just the reality of it all is. And so this is not the final stream, week 5. Usually week 5, I'd be done with an MMO. But this is not it for me. There's gonna be a week 6, so next weekend stream is going to be hopefully the level 51, where I can show you guys. Thanks to Professor Kagan for the suggestion. You know, try and show you guys what the gearing up steps are. What are new players that hit 50? What are the steps that you want to take at, or some of the stuff that you want to look at if you're a brand new 50? And maybe I'll try and get into, you know, expert dungeons. I mean, it's a long shot because my guild, even though they're really nice, they're very by the book, and even though I'm a learning new player or whatever, I still get sounded out for being a sloppy healer or for not learning the fights fast enough for everything. You know, it's pretty brutal, and I haven't been drilled that way for a very long time. So if I'm not ready for healing as a cleric at 50 for endgame stuff, then I may have to go DPS or grind for the Rune Shaper soul, which costs 50,000 Planarite, which I'm nowhere near getting. So it really depends what it's gonna be. But I will start drafting the Rift Prime review. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna jump into the live version as well when I've got time and make those comparisons. So the review for Rift Prime isn't gonna be your 10 reasons play or avoid Rift Prime. It's gonna be a Rift review. It's gonna have some elements of live and Prime and what's different and why is this 15 bucks a month server worth the money or why it's not, that kind of thing, you know. So I'm going to change the format for this one because this is a fresh progression server. This is not like a brand new MMO. The brand new MMO is Bless Online. It's coming to Steam next month, and I am definitely getting a Founders Pack, and I'm playing that. And that's going to be a 10 reasons to play. No doubt about it, guaranteed. So those are the 2 priorities at the moment. So the next Rift content you will see. There's not going to be a vlog for this one. I don't think I'll make a vlog. Like I said, you know, very repetitive in terms of what I've been doing for the XP and stuff. Only when I hit level 50, then when I find more avenues to explore at the end game, I'll make a vlog and talk about those things. Because right now, seriously, honest to God, what I've been doing from level 30 right now is the same thing. The only difference is I've just diversified my playstyle and I've gone healer more in PvP and dungeons, and that's about it. So with that, everybody watching right now and everybody that has jumped in earlier and everybody in chat, I just want to say thank you very much for joining me tonight for Sunday night leveling stream. We've been live for 3 hours and 30 minutes. Woohoo! Alright, just checking in chat before I go. ggmyster says if you kill the critters, it has a chance to drop tiers which can sell their artifacts. Oh wow, nice. Yeah, in what's the zone? Stillmore, I noticed that when I accidentally killed like a squirrel or something, I got a debuff on me, which is kind of weird. The debuff was like shame on you, and that lasted like 10 minutes or something. Okay, at least now I know. I'll kill more critters I see. We got Jonzo Hit in chat. He says, hi. Hello, Jonzo Hit. What's up? Sorry I'm getting to your chat late. We got Onek Kichu. He says, I will back you. Oh, thank you, Onek Kichu. Wait, were you in the Warfront with me? Was that you? I couldn't tell, honestly, because sometimes names change and everything. I'm not even focused on people's names unless it does tell me that it's a guildie in there with me. ggmyster Black Guardian was awesome fun back in vanilla, low level 1 in 10. I remember that. I played Rift in 2013 when my Lotro guild was playing this as well, and that was my memory. I said it in a couple of vlogs, I said it in a couple of streams, and the early level PvP was really attractive for Rift, and kind of why I have got no problems jumping into Warfronts. He says, do you have the cleanse macro? Yes, I do. Over here. Right here. Ta-da! Cleansing prayer. Cleanse macro. Da-da-da-da, look at that. So it cleanses everybody in the group, and it's not in any particular order, but you know, you just spam this one and it just gets rid of everybody's you know, debuffs or whatever, but you just gotta hit it really fast and it goes like that. You can just see the chat moving up here. And you do that until everybody in the raid or in the group has lost their dot or whatever. ggmyster says, how much XP for that? That was about 28,000? No, I'm getting that wrong. For the win, and because, look, I've already depleted my bonus, so you can only get 7 every week or 1 per day, but because I've won a lot of matches now, so I don't get that bonus, so this one was worth 14,000, so in the chat earlier, it was like 11,000 plus 8,000, there we go, 11,000 XP plus 8,000 XP for that one match, and it was a win, so if I lost that, I'd probably be a bit lower, so win or lose, at least there's some XP rewards for doing that. Thurston says, thanks GRM for another fun one. Thank you, Thurston. Appreciate it. Always appreciate seeing you in chat and for jumping in. ggmyster says, thanks for the stream. Thank you, man. Again, appreciate you seeing this here. ggmyster says, isn't Bless a big PvP game? Yes. I mean, the cool thing about Bless is it's got a very... Why I'm kind of attracted to it is because, you know, it is sort of... even though it's a Korean MMO with a lot of that tropey things, you know... any Asian MMO would have, they're kind of modeled in a way that Guild Wars 2 has in terms of systems. Blast has 7 races, and each of the race will have their own main story. So that is kind of following the Guild Wars 2 way of doing things, and I do like that. And the PvP sounds really promising too, you know, realm versus realm, and you can have all those 100 versus 100 fights, but there's also rank fights and everything. So in terms of PvP, I kind of like that. And the fact that it's a buy-to-play game without any of the pay-to-win shenanigans, I'm interested in seeing that and see how that works. And, you know, it's also, like I said, a new MMO coming out this year, so that's why I'm going to jump in and check it out. Fairman says, how are you going to Rift review live? Are you going to level a character cap to? Yes, that's the plan. In terms of, you know, differentiating content, I don't need a cap character for that. I can tell, you know, I can tell what Rift Live has, what Prime doesn't, and tell you if it's fun or not. Like, I've done a couple of instant adventures, and I can compare and contrast, but at the same time, there's like other, what do you call this? Other PvP, Warfront maps that I haven't seen yet and everything. So a lot of things could happen, and it's not going to be an instant thing. Like, it's not going to be like 1 or 2 back to back. I could spread out the 2. In terms of the Rift Prime review, and then a separate video about Rift Live as well. So lots of content you guys can check out. Okay, moving down, we got Task UK. Hello, Task UK says it's a redo after a failed launch though. Hopefully they fixed it. Oh, you're talking about Bless. yes, Blast, it launched what, Japan, Russia, Korea, I think China as well, but there was optimization issues, the combat system was horrible and all this stuff. And then they initially planned to launch in the West, in North America and Europe, because they wanted to cash in on that failure. But whoever the smart guy in NeoWiz, which is the studio, said, you know what, screw it. If there's a problem with this game, we're going to do it the Final Fantasy way. The Final Fantasy way simply means break the game down, rebuild it up, change the systems and everything, and they've done that. And now Blast is at a point where they feel, okay, we're going to be ready for the Western market, and go on Steam. So that's why I'm interested to check it out as well. So yeah, agree with you. Hopefully they fixed what they said was broken, and I don't want it to end up like just another clone MMO, Korean MMO. By all accounts, from what I've seen, it's not going to be. There are plenty of systems in there that really kind of piques your interest. Any creature on the landscape can be tamed as a mount or a companion, you know, that kind of thing. That's one that made me go, okay, that could be cool, and stuff like that. So we will see. We will see. Definitely expect live streams and videos for that. I guarantee that's going to be coming. Faramir Sims, next stream, Motorhead t-shirt, please. Hey man, unfortunately, band t-shirts are expensive as hell, you know, because to buy them overseas and in my currency, how do I do the conversion? The US dollar versus the Malaysian ringgit is tough, honestly, so it's expensive. So I've only got what's been given to me as gifts, or, you know, whatever I could afford, but I don't have a Motorhead t-shirt. I do have a bunch of other band shirts though, so I could cycle them all for different streams. Good spot though. Could you actually see that? Can you see the shirt I'm wearing? Oh, it actually does. Yeah, it says, yeah, it's AC/DC. Yeah, okay, cool. Sir Tossalot. Hello, Sir Tossalot. He says, hey, mate, I'm an old Rift player. Is the PvP better in Prime? Hey, Sir Tossalot. Howdy, howdy, howdy. He, look, early level PvPs in Prime is actually pretty decent. According to a lot of people, it reminds them of the old Rift Live days. But then when you get to the higher brackets, 40-ish going on to 50, there is problems with PvP on Prime, unfortunately. There's balance issues. The healing meta is terrible. You know, try on buffs one thing, breaks another thing the next week or whatever. So there's an ongoing thing between the disparity between heals and damage in PvP, especially in 40 to 50. And at 50, the community are also not the best. You'll get people trading wins. That's the official term. I'm not kidding you. Where, you know, you jump into a war front and there's been some prearranged agreement of letting one team win and all that. So it's really depressing to hear. I'm almost at 50 and I'm not looking forward to PvPing at 50. So that's just my opinion. You may have to go to the Prime forums and see what others are saying too. Task UK says, I'll be trying it, worth a shot. Awesome. And I will see you on there. And he says hi. Hello. ggmyster says, if you're not into PvP, is Blast worth trying? For the PvE experience, probably. It's not that, I mean, the open world PvP thing, I don't think it's going to be their shtick. The realm versus realm is a totally different thing. Like I said, if they're trying to model it after Guild Wars 2, then I think they're going on the right path. You know, they're following the Guild Wars 2 model, going by to play. World versus World is going to be a separate thing. It's not going to be forced upon the player base. They've got PvE fleshed out, so all the 7 races for the different classes have its own personal main story to go through. It's a Guild Wars 2 model, and that's why I think it should be fine. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but yeah, I'll be jumping in on that, so you guys can watch the streams and, you know, make up your minds or whatever. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, guys. I'm going to head off to bed. It's 12:30 in the morning here. I just want to say thank you, everybody, again, for jumping into tonight's stream. For those of you that are just jumping into the stream, you can roll back the stream and watch the first 3 hours. I think it's lots of information, lots of good discussions and chats and everything. So, those of you in my part of the world, hey, have a great night and have a good week ahead. And for those of you in the West and in Europe, have a good rest of the Sunday and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see you guys next week. I've got a couple more videos coming out next week in terms of an MMO discussion. One of it actually involves Bless, and another one is for an MMO. I don't regret a lot of games that I buy in terms of MMOs, but I regret this one, and it's called Wild West Online, and I'll have a video talking about that too, so stay tuned to the channel. For those of you that are new, that subscribe button, it's not going to kill you. I review MMORPGs, and you can check out a whole bunch of videos on my channel. I do appreciate the support. And for those of you that have been here for a while, hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for the support. I think I'm only like 40 subs away from hitting 7K, and that'll mean a lot to me if I hit 7K. So Fingers crossed. It's going to be a good week and a great way to wrap up the month of April. I will see you guys next week. As ever, Adrian here, thanking you for watching. Later, guys.